Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to tonight's DDO stream. I'm, of course, Samus. Probably not doing our normal, 5-hour stream tonight here, but we're going to play for, I guess, 6 hours, right? We're probably not going to go to 2 o'clock in the morning. Baby, my migraine's just not making things right. But we're gonna do our best here to go get some Magic the Gatherings on. Let's see, we're level 17. If we tear through Sharn pretty quick, I was just trying to think, if we make it to level 18, we might. There's no sleeping in DDO, that's correct, unfortunately. Wait, no, unless you're in the Abbot. Oh, dang it, then you have to slash sleep. So close. So close. Anyway, good morning, Titan. Anyway, like I was saying, my head is thumping something ferocious. I almost canceled the stream altogether, but then my wife came down, kind of jogged me awake. So we're gonna get a little bit of game in here. A little bit of game, a little bit of stream, and we'll see how long it takes for me to just like that. That's how I sleep, by the way. For those of you who have never seen it, I just That's how I go to bed every single day. Oh. Spain scale or a 3 or 4? It's probably like a 5. It's really more the fact that everything's dizzy, everything's spinning, that kind of is pushing it the wrong way. It's like, imagine if your head was going like this. Just take your head and just whoop, whoop, whoop. Just like that. That's what it's like. Makes me want to puke a little in my mouth. But it's not what we're here to do. We're not here to puke on our mouth. We're not here to complain. We're gonna get some experience, y'all. Experience! What did we get? We got a buff. We rolled well. 78. Not bad. It's pretty good. Even more. Alright. Yeah, there's some vertigo action. But it's what happens when my head starts bothering me. Pretty soon I'll start getting light flashes, and that's when I have to try to go to sleep. Again. What? What? Where did these come from? Were they in my backpack this whole time? And this I don't care about. Alright, is that everything out that's important? Okay, hopefully whatever bag the giant collectible things are supposed to go, hopefully they're in them, where they belong. This needs consumed. Yeah, that needs eaten. I can go away because we don't care anymore. Realistically, this can go away. What else needs cleaned up? Oh, we should probably go get some level 4 spell or 6 spell components. Alright. I think that's good enough. What, yeah, we're good. Okay. So, I grabbed stuff because I wanted to do Litany. Litany's like my favorite quest in DDO. It literally is my favorite. So, I just wanted to have the ability to go and do a Litany while we're level 15. It's like 400 and something, right? The potions, treasure finding or whatever is supposed to be for people on... Was it Wayfinder that got messed up? I mean, I had those. I know those are ones that I had. Pardon my yawn. I just didn't see where they came from in that tab. So I was dragging stuff to out of that tab, so it's a little bit aggravating that it wouldn't. I don't even know the right words. That is how tired I am. This might just be a quiet stream. I might just play to stay awake. Turn the light back off, put on some mood music. Bomb shit, wah wah. No, it just... Something got moved that shouldn't have been moved is all. Alright, let's get our litany on. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. We've been doing so much stuff at four skulls, we'll just keep it on for right now. It's that lag. This lag is real. Power boost. Everything looks like a vial. Several in Fayette. Oh, we get to throw a negative energy vial. Yo, that's great. And actually kill a thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, Alchemist is so the best class in DDO right now. It just does everything. It's everything you want out of a video game right now. Oh, this will be sweet. Oh, not what I wanted. Not the sweetness I was going for. So I was trying to get the shadow to pop up here. There's a shadow that appears like right here, and I was gonna smash my heal pot so it hit it at the same time. Inner release notes? I have no idea. I don't think so. I honestly don't even know what the patches were. A boot. Hey, over here. Oh, I should be hitting my spell power boost. We have so many spell power boosts. Infinite, in fact. Should definitely hit them. Should get in the voice chat also. Why not? So I think the patch was just like behind the scenes, working on database call probably stuff. Like, they didn't even fix the search functionality out of the shared bank, which is really just like a database call fix. Oh, they immediately saw us. I guess we're fighting. Boo. Like, today was just maintenance stuff, so probably, in my opinion, most likely things that were from what this man see yet. That's what I'm looking for the database updates. Can we sneak now? Let's see if we can sneak. Nope. Immediately found. You guys. You're not being very quiet and stealthy. You know how hard it is to drink and play at the same time? It ain't easy. See ya. This one. It was a long downtime because, again, they were doing maintenance work. It was 6 hours? No. 8 hours? Oh, there's actual danger right there. Because it was 6 a.m. to 3 their time, so 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours along. I don't want all these extra dots from the Solar Cruelty to play around. Spin the mana and kill it. Ugh. Catch. There we go. Nice. No thanks, Carnage Reaper. I don't want none, Huns Buns. I saw a fragment. Pardon me. Excuse me. Oh man. Does this show you how much I love Litany? I feel like that does a pretty good job of showing you how much I love Litany. Just like auto run through, half paying attention, not even caring. Alright, so as always, just to make my life a little easier, we're going to use Grimm's DDO puzzle app and solve. Doesn't really matter. The nice thing about it is you can set it for just answers, or you can do the questions and the answers, whichever you like. I prefer just the answers, so that's how I roll. Get over there. All right, let's begin. So no EH in what? No, I'm just doing this once and I'll move on. Deliver it to fall. Stay faithful, the same I would follow. He deserved to die! The Dominator. Intentions and plans. Blue or black. Which that particular question makes no sense because dragons can be anything in Eberron. And the High Priest. Yay, Pikachu. Alright. Again, DDO puzzles, look at there, another class portable hole. It's because we put the other one away. When you put the class portable holes away in your bank, good things happen to you. Alright. What are you doing, Krabby? See you.
Hey.
I see
Hey,
you.
I'm almost done grilling.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab the meat off the grill and then I'll be available.
Okay. You can do what you like, mate. You can do what you like. I thought I saw somebody over there, so. And it was you, and I was right. Alright. Alright, let's, we're gonna, a friend of mine posted one of these lists of 30 questions. We're gonna rattle off these 30 questions. Alright. Favorite Pokemon? Togepi or Polygon? Yeah, one of those two. That's how much I love the Pokemon. Zapdos is also up there. Zapdos is also on the short list for sure. Who is my spirit Muppet animal? For sure. Star Trek rank? That's a good question. I feel like the best I'd ever, my top rank would be ensign probably. Maybe lieutenant. Maybe I could work my way up to lieutenant. Chief would be cool. I don't know. I don't really have a Star Trek rank. Alright, go start this quest. As long as balls. Thoughtguard needs to grab his meat. Maybe this would be long enough. Favorite DC villain? Whew. Well, you got the Joker, right? Joker's a a classic DC villain comes to mind. Is he my favorite though? Probably not. Harley Quinn comes together. Again, I don't know if she's the best. Darkseid plays in next, I think. Darkseid's great. I do love Darkseid. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a DC villain. Lex Luthor, I guess, is probably on the short list because he kind of goes back and forth. Like I said, I really don't even have. I don't really read that much DC stuff, so it's hard to. Clayface is good. What little bit of DC villains I know, I think, are probably all Batman villains. Mostly because of the Batman animated adventures. Ra's al Ghul. Ooh, man, Ra's al Ghul is pretty sweet. Slade Wilson's awesome. Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans! Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a DC villain guy, I guess. Nothing really stands out. Not like Carnage or the Mandarin, Fin Fang Foom. Nothing like that for like the Marvel side that jumps to mind. All right. Force alignment. Is there a reluctantly lawful in the force alignment tree, or is it just dark side, light side? Probably dark side. I know that there's some people who like walk the middle. I mean, it's probably really who am I? Sonic or Mario? Mario probably. Sonic is too fast. Mario, I think, is a thinking's man's game now. Although Sonic has Tails, and Tails is one of the greatest characters I've ever. Favorite anime, film, or series? Guyver Bio Boosted Armor is the hizzy. Although Lita Battle Angel is also sweet. Gabrielle. Welcome to the stream. Kira's good. Not my favorite, but it's up there. Evangelion is also good. Again, not as good in my opinion as Guyver. Guyver is probably my favorite of everything. It hits like all of my buttons. If I had the choice to like get a power, the Guyver armor would be on the short list for sure. Hogwarts house? I don't know. What, Slytherin, I guess, is the baddie one? Or the semi-baddie one? Probably Slytherin. Your English is poor, but you'll give it a try. Well, we're pretty patient. So, welcome. So we're just playing a random Facebook like quiz answer game here. Feel free to jump in whenever you can. I know there'll be a time delay and whatnot, but feel free to answer along if you can. Favorite Doctor? David Tennant. Rodney McKay. Ooh, Rodney McKay. Yeah. That's... Dr. House has got to be on that list. David Tennant, though. Lisa Cuddy. Yeah, I'm gonna say Gregory House is probably my favorite Doctor.
Does Doctor Strangelove count?
Is he a doctor? I guess he counts. He counts. Stargate or Babylon 5? Well, I haven't seen Babylon 5, so Stargate, but Stargate's just good. Stargate's one of my favorite TV series of all time. Top 10 for sure. Reaper. Technically, Iron Man's got a doctorate too. He's got several. We just don't ever call him Dr. Tony Stark. He thinks it's pretentious. Elder Scrolls Race. I don't know. Do they have a Hobbits? I think I've actually ever played Elder Scroll. I should. I probably lost some nerd points by admitting that. Red or blue? Whew. I don't really play Halo, or have I really played that much Halo? I played a little bit, I guess. Did I pick a team? I guess I was never really like super consistent on a Halo team. If I had to pick a color, stay close. If I had to pick a color, I don't know. My wife's favorite color is blue. Yeah, it's probably fine. I don't know. Favorite X-Men, Forge. Bam, Forge is easy. Nightcrawler number 2. Easy. Forge has probably the greatest of the mutant powers. It allows him to be Tony Stark. Why are you getting murdered again? Oh, you made these guys angry already. Don't know how many people actually know who Forge is. He hasn't gotten any love yet. I don't even think he was in Days of Futures Past, of which he is a major part of the story plot for that comic line. Alright, I'm gonna go get my collectible now. Let's see. Spike or Angel? Angel. I like Spike, but Angel is just like way more interesting of a character. So I talked to this chick, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I think Angel. Angel like crossed every line. Spike always like talked a big game, but he never actually crossed any lines. Although, if you have never watched the musical, Spike Masters is the actor's name, really carried the musical in a big bad way. He's actually a real. He actually has a band, and is a very good singer. Fragmentes. I'm gonna throw another heal. But Angel got to interact with Wesley, and Wesley is the greatest of those guys. Wesley Wyndham Price. Justice League or Avengers comics? Avengers? I'm a Marvel guy. Uh-oh. I have to back this train up, yo. Oh, good hurl there. Hey, Dark Braven. What's up, buddy? Xbox or PlayStation? I really like... There's a couple of games on both. But Monster Rancher is on PlayStation, so probably PlayStation first. Probably PlayStation first. D&D class, Wizard. That's easy. With the second edition already kit applied, preferably. That's like the powerhouse of Dungeons and Dragons. Music supergroup. Oh, build a... Yeah, pass. I don't really have, like, guitarist here, singer there. That's just not a thing that I'm... It's not my bag. Never has been. Favorite Disney animated film? That's a question. I feel like Aladdin goes on the short list. I mean, Robin Williams, right? You can't... Can you go wrong with Robin Williams? I feel like you can't. Also, Abu. Oh, the monkey's got a sword! We all have swords! Let's see. You have Robin Hood. Little John and Robin running through the forest. That one's great. Fox and the Hound is great. Fox and the Hound makes you cry. Even still to this day. Sword in the Stone is great. It's probably Aladdin, though. I feel like Aladdin's... Jungle Book does have the best songs. I agree. I agree. I actually own the Jungle Book soundtrack downloaded on my phone. But, I mean... Prince Ali, wonderless is he, Ali Ababa. I mean, that song is great. Aristocrats is also really strong. Man, Disney is like 10 out of 10 on animated films. I'd have to look at the list. I bet there's even some that I'm not thinking about. Like now with the purchase of the Marvel stuff, do we go back and give them the... Do we click on all these things? Do we go back and give them like the Iron Man animated adventure things? Like, that's pretty sweet. Black Cauldron. I have not actually watched all of Black Cauldron. Beef is linked. Give me a link to watch it, and I just haven't made time to do it yet. Like a schlub. Man, that is... There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. Favorite Marvel villain. Whoo! We talked about... We, like, listed off a bunch earlier. You know, like... Fin Fang Foom. The Mandarin. We didn't talk about Doctor Doom, but he's got to be in the running. Oh, Carnage. Wow, Carnage has been my favorite for a long time. Can't believe we were... This is where Stone is. That's where the thing exploded. This is where we were when we died. Right? Lag is awesome. Yeah, well, I'm strictly just talking comics. It's gotta, for me, it has to be Carnage. Carnage is like one of my top 10. Although, if you want to talk about ones that I have pictures hanging up in my house, Thanos is the only one that I actually have pictures in my house. And that was before the Avengers movie. I've been a Thanos guy for a long time. I would still probably say that Carnage is probably my favorite. Just something about a villain that is just about pure chaos and terror. The Mandarin is also super good, though. Depending on when you read about the Mandarin, he is either like he's a wizard that doesn't want to use his wizard powers because he'd rather use his technological skills, and that is like amazing. Man, that is tough. And then, of course, you just straight up Fin Fang Foom, like... Fin Fang Foom is also great. I call down the legendary space dragon, Fin Fang Foom. Whoa! Yeah, it's pretty funny. A few years ago, the last time I was at Gen Con, in fact, again, this was pre a lot of the big Infinity War stuff. Like, it hadn't, like, he was in the end of Avengers and stuff like that. We got like a purple face. Like we had some Avengers stuff, right? Or some Thanos stuff, but it wasn't like it turned into. And I was going through this artist work. I've shared the pictures on Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that. But oh, good heels, by the way. I did notice. I need a Firestorm conduit.
No.
Okay.
Be right back.
But anyway, I was going through this guy's portraits or whatever through his little book, and he had a great Iron Man that I ended up buying, but he also had a great Thanos. And I'm like, really, you do a Thanos? He's like, yeah, somebody mentioned that he might be coming up in some Marvel films soon, and I thought I should get ahead of the game. And I had already kind of like, I'd been reading about Thanos a lot. I had read through Guardians of the Galaxy. They had just done the Thanos origin story, like young Thanos. I can't think of the name of it right now. So good. So good. Top 10 reading for sure. And I just remember reading it. I was like, oh man. And this guy did such a great drawing. Do I have a copy of him? Did I? Because let's see, it's like, what, 6 years ago? 2014 maybe? Let me see if I can find that stuff from that trip. Oh my god, that's also roughly how long I've been streaming. Yeah, there's Remy and his accident, so we're getting close. What? Here they are. Found them. I picked these both up from the same artist, and I really love this silver Iron Man and this this Thanos in particular. They're hanging on in the wall in the living room. Always been a huge Magneto fan. Deep character development and motives that make you question if he's truly evil or not. No, he is. He has like windows of behaving well. Like, he doesn't want to be evil, but he is. Have I seen the Thanos vs. Darkseid epic death battle on YouTube? I don't know, but I've rabbit holed down a lot of that stuff in the past, so I don't even know. Alignment, reluctantly lawful. Favorite wrestler? Well, I only know of 3. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, I guess The Rock is one. Oh, Cena, right? The invisible guy. John Cena. Cena, I don't even know his name. There's another one. Macho Man Randy Savage. Those are the only ones I know. I don't particularly care about any of them. Sorry. Sorry, wrestling fans. Favorite Transformers? With a sub-variation of Autobot or Decepticon. I know this is going to be basic, but I like Bumblebee. I liked him in the comics. I liked him in the movie. I liked him in his standalone movie. I also like Megatron. I like him in the comics or the cartoons more than the movie. But I do like him. Not really an auto or a Transformers guy. I like the movies well enough, but I was always an Autobots guy myself. Soundwave was really good too. But yeah, I'm probably just super basic here. And Bumblebee. So you managed to find the corner I could not hit you. Alright, got you now. Oh, I have robot killing juice. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Favorite old school G-Force character from I feel like I'm losing my nerd card again. G-Force character. Battle. Okay. I'm gonna have to. So, like, I look for G-Force and it's the hamster superhero thing. Oh my gosh, I know this. This is like the the Silverhawk ripoff type thing, right? Yeah, I've watched some of this. I do not know enough of that to have a question. Not that one. Yeah, I've seen it, but not enough to remember anything about it. So, something that I've talked about in the past is that I grew up in the country and literally had basically the 3 network channels that you could get on I had the network channels: NBC, sometimes CBS, sometimes Fox, sometimes PBS. Yeah, I mostly had NBC. So I didn't have like a lot of Saturday morning cartoons or anything like that. I kind of got to watch cartoons when I went to visit my grandparents. I would like go to visit them for Christmas and certain holidays. And that was basically the only time I really watched cartoons until much later. And then, because my father was constantly trying to get a bigger and better satellite antenna in place, and eventually we were able to get it where we could get Fox relatively consistently. So then we were able to watch Friday or Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that on Fox, and after school. Which is where, like, I gotta start watching things like the Animaniacs and DuckTales, Tailspin. That's probably why I love those things so much. Favorite Robotech story. Again, that's another one that I've only watched a little bit of Robotech and I couldn't tell you anything about it. Sorry, mate. I should probably, like, my son is more into that kind of stuff than I am, to be honest. Did you find the book, Gore?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just smashing to smash because I'm talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds fair. We grew up with this. Alright, let me pull this up in a thing. I gotta be careful because yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Fraggle Rock was like one of the shows that I thought was kind of sweet. Alright. There's some more things to break still. This quest has so many breakables in it. Try to do a better job of doing breakables. It just doesn't always work out. Yeah, my household, again, because we lived out in the country, a lot of what my parents would do is, they would buy, like, tapes, and we would watch a lot of movies and stuff on tapes. So, like, for example, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie we watched, I can't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you how many times. Probably literally hundreds of times before we, I think I may have worn the first copy of it out. I think we got a second. Favorite member of the Umbrella Academy? Obviously it's number 5. He's the only one that I actually think I care about. The only one that I think that's got like an interesting story arc. Everybody else in the Umbrella Academy that's interesting are villains. Like Hazel. This one is A. And, I can't even think of the other chick's name. Did you get Red?
Yeah.
The handler. I think the handler's the other one that's got an interesting character or thing. Klaus, I think, is interesting. But 5 is definitely the most interesting character in the Umbrella Academy. Not even close. That being said, I'm also not even sure that I was talking to people about this earlier. Don't even know if I like Umbrella Academy. It might be one of the best shows that I don't even know if I like. It's, you know, I tell people that, and then I say, like, oh yeah, I crushed season 2 in like a day, right? Like, I don't like Helen Page. I don't like Helen Page's character. Her superpower is to be milquetoast. Just, I don't know. I don't love it. Don't love that part. The only time I actually connected with her character was the end of season 1. The rest of the time, it literally is just like, ugh. See, I like season 2 better than I liked season 1, I think. But even that, I felt, again, was like more because of 5 than for anything else. I think the Ben character's got some real interesting potential too. So we'll have to see. Favorite vigilante from the original Heavy Metal film? Wow, I don't know if I even remember the Heavy Metal film. Thanks, I really just wanted you to cast a healing spell on me. She's over here. There we go. Hang out by the bard. She should throw you a res. If she does not throw you one soon, I'll try to get you one. Alright. Yeah, see, I don't even recognize that name, Captain Stern. I feel like the Heavy Metal movie that I watched was like a war movie. Like a World War II war movie. I don't remember anything about it either. That was part of it? Alright, well then you now know how much of it I remember. Oh, we're gonna die. Something hit us good. Can I please get a... Oh, sweet. Thank you. Like throwing my own potions at my feet, not getting healed, having the bard not throw heals. Dog face pony soldier. So much damages. Let's move back again. Man, even with our pretty good saves, that guy was saving a lot. Do not like. Alright, what's the next one? Favorite Game of Thrones banner? I don't know. I guess Stark. It's really the only one I can think of. I think, is there one more wave? I think there's one more wave. No, looks like we're good.
Yeah, I like the way they put the wolf on the thing. That's probably mine.
Yeah, I mean, the other one had like a dragon. I can't remember what else was even around to be honest after that. Alright. Throw out my power drain. Power drain. It's just the dragon and the wolf are the only two I can even think of. We're probably dead. I got a Plague Reaper in such a tiny spot. I'm not going to be able to stop the guy. Aborian. Alright, cleared. Somehow against all odds. Yeah, I'd have to like look at them all again to really tell you. Favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? If we're talking the movies, I like the first one. If we're talking character, I'm a Raphael guy. Although I also do enjoy a good Donatello. Donatello from the... I haven't read any in a while. But there was a Donatello where he basically died and uploaded himself to Shellhead. That Donatello is pretty lit. The animated cartoon series is also real good. So I can see people enjoying that. Yeah, super dead. Okay. All I had to do was drink multiple potions. Oh, and I'm not on the right thing. Super dead again. When in doubt, drink your way to victory. Drink, drink, drink. Drink, drink, drink. Your way to victory. Victory City. Alright, I feel like, as usual, we're super dead, so... Well played. Oh, what a disaster. Lightsaber color, probably orange. There's not a lot of people who had the orange lightsabers, but they're probably my favorite.
I'm out of all healing.
Okay. Just hang out, stay alive, be able to cast red scrolls, I guess. Batman or Punisher? Probably Batman. Batman is the DC version of Iron Man. Favorite horror character? Film. I'm not really a horror guy. Horror in a film.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, I don't think you can get away with calling that horror. If I'm allowed to call those horror movies, then I'm down. I'll say samesies. So I'm trying to even think if there's a horror movie that I watch. Yeah, I said I never watched any of those movies really. Horror just as a genre bores me. Real life is horrific enough. I don't need to go and try to watch more horror. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a genre that I watch a lot of. Oh, we saved one on accident somehow. Yeah, I feel like I just had to pass. Because then it goes TV, book, myth, game, etc. Again, I just don't really engage in that as a genre. Yeah, sorry. I'm like scrambling to find anything. Can we consider the Aliens movie horror? The Xenomorphs? I know the first one's not really a horror movie. It's more of a thriller. Yeah? Okay, well then probably the Aliens movies, then the Xenomorphs. It's a universe that I really enjoy. I've read the books, I played a bunch of the video games. Sci-fi horror. Okay, well then we'll go with that. I feel like then we slid in. Like I've watched all... I'm just making sure that I say all here, and I mean actually all. I think I've seen all of the Aliens movies. Including the various Aliens vs. Predator, which I actually thought were good, all things considered. No. Not quick enough.
I've seen all of them except that Covenant one.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. I don't know if I've seen the newest Covenant one. I've watched. No, I think I've seen it.
Prometheus was the one before, I think.
Yeah, I know I watched Prometheus. I feel like I don't know. I'd have to double check. I feel like I've seen it. But yeah, I like the universe in general, and I think that's interesting monsters. Like I said, books, video games, obviously films. Which member of the Fellowship do you remember or relate to the most? Ugh. So I want to say Sam. But Sam was like the most powerful character in that universe off the power of love, and that doesn't sound very much like me. And then I want to say Gandalf, but I would never bogart all the experience points from a super monster. That's dick move, bro. Elf has -2 con, so blah. On Leggy Lass, blah. The dwarf turned out to be an elf lover, so blah. He did. I mean, I don't mind splitting the party. I'm not a keep the party together snob. OMG. Gore. I may have cleared to the shrine. Oh, never mind, they're back.
I have to go with Spiegel.
Is he considered part of the membership?
He should be.
I guess we're drinking our way to victory again, because I do not have the oomph to kill 2 Plague Reapers with what I've got. Not even sure I have the oomph to kill 2 Plague Reapers right now. Oh, one's a Carnage, my bad. Oh god, doesn't have legs. I don't know, one of the hobbits. Let's just say one of the hobbits. Yeah, I don't think I have like one of them is more me than the others. I should take one of those tests. Like a personality test. And figure out which one relates most to me. You're a stoner, so Pippin would be yours. I'd like to be sometimes. Just on days when I'm awake. My head is killing me, which is days that I'm awake. I'm going to throw another heal. Do you want to stand closer? I do enjoy second breakfast. Breakfasts are good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably got to be Frodo, right? Like, generally a screw up, somebody else carries me through the difficult part of the adventure, and then I manage to steal all the real credit at the end because I didn't put on jewelry. Like that does seem like me. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting them to, like, sneak up on us in here, but guess good to know. Gore's, like, around the corner down the woods. Unfortunately, that's all the questions on this particular questionnaire thing. I feel like we tore through a bunch of them.
Yeah, wow.
Conquest was a bit of a bear, wasn't it? It was a 1,000 Reaper experience, though. It's kind of cool. How about some Shadow Slippers? You need some Shadow Slippers?
No, thank you, sir.
Alright, my sentient gym is full today. Is there a thing that says like lightsaber colors and what they mean?
Yeah.
Gross. Gross. Yellow or orange is strength. That's disgusting. Alright, what does this say? This one doesn't even have orange. I guess there's a yellow. What does the yellow say? We're just not allowed to read this.
Yellow is what Ray had at the end. Kind of more like a...
I still haven't seen that. That's funny. I need to watch that at some point. Alright, here we go. I finally got it big enough I can see it. Yellow says Sentinel class, known for getting their hands dirty, doing undercover work, and employing special tech to go with their force abilities. Because the temple guard should look different than the actual Jedi. Oh, that's funny. Alright, colors that exist only in Legends is orange, magenta, silver, bronze, etc. That's funny. So Rey had a yellow one at the end, did she?
Yes, she did.
Oh, is this a better way to look at that? Oh, hang on, sorry. I clicked on the link, and because the default is still set for... Here we go. Orange is a rare color for lightsabers. More information is found in Legends. However, it's featured in Jedi Fallen Order, which is considered canon. Blah, blah, blah. In a word, orange can be based on two ideas. A combination of yellow and red. It can have specific meaning on its own, too. Regardless, I'd like to see more information. The orange lightsaber represents compassion, diplomacy, and full allegiance to the light side of the Force. Gross. Yeah, I've had this hat for a while though. Welcome back, Jules. It's been a while. Certainly has been a minute, my friend. How are you doing? And how's the missus? Marvel, DC, Image, or Dark Horse? I'm a Marvel guy, but I also do like Dark Horse comics a lot. They do the Buffy run, Angel, etc. I like those.
And healing stuff weird.
Sounds good. I'm gonna start the same old song while you're doing that. You'd like to think you'd be a gray Jedi. Oh man. Oh, the game is doing weird game things again. It has been, yes. Finally done with another college semester, so we have a few weeks of actually being able to check on some old friends. Nice. Yeah, I see you playing something on Steam every once in a while, but I don't spend a lot of time on Steam, so... I don't do a ton. Come on, wake up. In the Old Republic, you play the Sith. Boogada boogada. There's a line with the light side, so I guess that would be gray. Maybe. I'm not, like, super into Star Wars canon. Star Wars is... Some people really get into it and really love it. It's just... Again, it's not... I missed it, right? I was born in 79, so that's... See, the first one was 77, right? Yeah, the first one's 77. Empire Strikes Back, I was a few months old, and then Return of the Jedi I was 4. So, like, I didn't get those earlier ones, right? And then Episode 1 was probably, like, which is why I probably like the... Because I do like the prequels. And because they were, like, my generation Star Wars, I probably like them more than a lot of people do. And that's probably why, because they were my generations. But because there were issues with there's issues with all of them. Let's just be really honest. There's issues with all of them. But monkeys still hate technology, so that's fair. But I don't know. There's what is the name of that book instead that's so much better than Star Wars in my opinion? That being said, the books are actually really strong. Like the Grand Admiral Tharkin trilogies are great. What was that? That may have been part of the same trilogy, actually. There was the new Emperor guy, who was also like really good. I can't think of his name. But he did some awesome work as well. I don't know. A lot of the books are really good. I think better than the movies. How have I been? Mostly tired and busy. I bought a school bus, and I'm in the process of converting it into a future home. My wife and I plan to kind of move into... Are you someplace safe?
Yes.
Oh, I see it. Okay, you're like really someplace that you probably shouldn't be for this stream.
Oh no, I die there. I just quickly run.
Okay. I'm gonna get wrecked by this Carnage Reaper. Yep. But yeah, basically busy, trying to stream as much as possible, trying to work on the bus as much as possible, and still I gotta deal with my migraine stuff. But other than those things, like, life's pretty good. So Remington actually, he went away to college, did a year and a half of college, and decided that he would rather, like, so I made him get through high school, our district has a program where, depending on what your grades are like, you can do you can get a tech school college thing for as the last part of your college or high school. There we go. So you can get something. So I made him basically pick one of the programs at the tech school to take. So he ended up doing his his CNA, and he really liked the CNA. He started doing it as like his school job. Like he started at the summer before he went off to college, and then when he started college, that particular nursing home that he was working with did not want to work with his schedule. So he quit for the first semester because they didn't want to help him out. And then he ended up finding a different nursing home that is much easier to work for, pays better, has less patients to deal with. Like, it's just all upside. So I think specifically because of that nursing home, he really warmed up to the nursing. So he moved back home to start taking his RN stuff this January, basically. And he was going to start this fall. So he came home, started taking a bunch of prerequisites online. Yada yada yada. But thanks to some shenanigans, he ended up missing this semester. So they changed the program that he wanted to get into here in Sarlona because of the coronavirus from 40 to 30. And he was like 33.
It's not right.
So he ended up missing this year, which is fine because he needs to really probably retake some prerequisites anyway, in my opinion.
It made a huge difference when I had to do it.
Well, the problem is that, in particular, one of his professors, he looked online, and everything was graded and turned in, and he had like a B for the class, right? But then the professor scored his grade and turned it in and basically put him in as a fail on the online stuff that he was doing this summer. So he tried to get a hold of the professor, and the professor's like, oh, that doesn't sound right. I'll try to figure out what's going on. And then never got back with him, like, at all. So we, like, eventually got a hold of the dean and started chasing stuff down. And we still just haven't got any word back from the college at all whatsoever about what happened to his... Like, we still don't know what his grade was, or is, or anything. So he's probably going to have to retake it regardless. So
yeah, my best story on that was I did a summer class. It was like a 9-week thing, and we had like a visiting professor that came in. and like he gave like 2 points for attendance every day. But like, cause I was in the military and I had to do 1 week in a month, he could not take 2 points off for missing those classes, but he did anyway. So he took, my curriculum was an A and he made it a B, and I could never get my A back.
Yeah. Well, I just said that's the exact same kind of shenanigan. Like, we don't know what happened, really, because the teacher or the professor just won't communicate with us. So, and I'm not sure what's going on, if it's, again, the coronavirus stuff, or Remington just, like, really tanked the final. But, again, once the final was, because the final was all online. So, like, according to his final grade that showed on the website, he had a better than passing grade for that class. So I'm not sure what happened. He'll have to. Probably the easiest thing to do is going to be to retake it, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to take it at that school. Really don't want to have to drink any more potions. We are getting to the point where I have to drink occasionally, which means we probably should step it down in difficulty. So I'm not going to sit here and drink my way through every quest.
What up, my peeps?
What's going on? Trying to kill everything that's not the end boss so we can shrine right away. Because the end boss is prepped. Reaper for same old song currently. Alright, well I accidentally killed the thing, so go shrine, be fast.
What level you got? 16?
17.
Nice.
Well, I'm 17. Gore's probably like 12. He's 15.
Well, my main character is 18, so it's waiting for you to take 18.
But yeah, Remington really likes the idea, I think, of being done, and he likes the work. I just think long term he's going to be... Hopefully he won't be unhappy because he decided to go with a different career instead of what he wanted to do. That's my only real concern. Alright. Yeah, we got one in the kitchen over there. Yeah, Monday through Friday, I'm here for sure. Although this week is going to be kind of weird because of the... we're going on a trip this weekend, so I need to make sure the bus is ready. So I'll be around. Remington should be here in the morning. And then might be a late start in the afternoon, or... I don't know. But I should be around. It's good catching up with you, though, Jules. Said it has been too long, friend. Alright. Yeah, we'll go this way. Yeah, I definitely gotta get the yard mode tomorrow, and that's not something I enjoy doing in general. So I gotta get some time doing that. I've got to get some stuff for the bus done. I've only got tomorrow and Friday really to do it because we're gonna leave Saturday, which means I I gotta not have days where, like today, where basically I'm in the pain coma most of the day. If I hadn't told people that I was planning on streaming this afternoon, or this now, I would have not streamed at all. I'm glad I did, though. It's good to retouch base with Jules. Like I said, Jules is, he was one of the supporters of the stream way back when, the stream was kind of evenly split between Factorio and DDO. If you can imagine such a time. Back when I was still working really hard at diversifying my streaming portfolio. Which I'd like to spend more time doing again. But, it's tough, man. It's tough breaking into other games unless you can get your fan base to come with you. It's tough. So what I need to do is have like a planned day where I like have a couple of days before. We got double bad things again. A couple of days where we all have a plan to go over and play this other game, even though a lot of you may not love it. Just to try to help break into the other games market a little bit better.
Going down 5 Reaper dots.
I'm here.
Oh, just a time thing. Oh.
I mean, I was going to tell you there's a dog there that you were conveniently hiding from, but I felt like you should probably get punished slightly for standing in a spot that's very close to dirty tricks. All right. Punishment. Not that I haven't stood in places like that before. All right, you ready? I'm going to work on the dogs first, actually, so I don't get tripped to death, and then we'll move into Medusa Land. So other than getting got by that champ at the beginning, we did pretty good. Yeah, that seems right. No, don't reroll. Okay. Whew. That's crazy. Crazy.
No, I needed to heal because I'm in the bottom. Well, never mind.
I was already recalling. Apologies.
That's okay. I'm overburdened by symbol of weakness.
Do you have a resto potion?
I would cast it, but I'm helpless for a minute. Oh, there we go. Alright.
Should still... A lot of those still kind of work sometimes. WAP stands for Where Are Pictures of Spider-Man? Oh, I like that one. That was good, Ben. That made me smile. Being a smart person in the era of idiots can be extremely lonely. It's okay, you're not alone. Seems pretty lonely sometimes. All right. I'm gonna go back to the boat. I'm also gonna get some extra pain cream slid in here. So while we're talking about other games, and I know that that's always everybody's favorite subject when we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons Online, but you guys heard of a game called Astroneer? Has anyone heard of this? It's a game that's been on my wish list for a long time. My Steam wish list. And it's a little bit of a... It's a base building world, or a game. Sort of. You like run around, you do build a base. But you run around and you harvest, but it's a little bit more like cartoony and space-y. Like that's the theme, right? It's currently on sale, and it's been on my wish list for a while, so I was trying to decide if I wanted to pick it up or not. This is like some of the artwork and stuff for it here. So, before I pull the trigger and try streaming it, I thought I would see what you guys thought. Also, I'm curious what the... Mute this tab if it starts making noise. Curious what the population is like. Yeah, it's... I'd play it on Steam. What do we got? We got 200 viewers, almost 2,000 followers at this time of night. I wouldn't play it all the time. It'd just be something to play like every once in a while. It does have multiplayer capabilities. So I just haven't... I haven't 100% decided I want to pull the trigger on it or not. But like I said, it's currently on sale on Steam for, I don't know, like 30-ish bucks, I think. 35 bucks, something. Something where I'm not that worried about pulling the trigger on it. But the main reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on it is I know that we're going to want to get into Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out. So how many games, different non-DDO games, can we support on the channel? The answer is typically just one, so we do like DDO and one other game. at most, and that gives us like 1, maybe 2 days a week to play it. So I'm just not sure we can support a second game right now. That's not Remy game time. So I'm curious what you guys think. If you're like, oh yeah, definitely, let's check it out, then I'll pull the trigger on it. If people are like, no, I'd rather you just wait for Baldur's Gate 3, I'm down with that as well. We're not really using the higher leads as combat helpers. So I really don't think we actually need... This is usually where my go-to is in the Harper leadership, but I definitely want this 100 hit points. Kind of wouldn't be opposed to having more int either. Pick up an int here, pick up an int here. That is hot, but I think the spell points right now are better. Alright, I'm going to go get another drink. I'll just grab a can of something.
And then just business?
Yeah, and then just the business. And then I'm going to bio really quick as well while I'm away. So I'm going to go ahead and put probably a minute worth of ad on. And we'll be right back here. Everybody. Meanwhile, dance party. Woo woo! Alright, everybody. 1 minute break while I take care of that business. I'll be right back.
Oh, lordy. What's up, guys?
So, hey, Sam went to grab something to drink.
Oh, right on. How you been, Tharbor?
It's been good. It's my birthday in like a week, and...
You need to be 22 now? 23?
Yeah.
Right on.
Had the family come up last couple weekends. Got a lot of work done. Or, winter's coming.
I wish it was winter faster. It's like 111, 110 here, man. It's torture.
What was it, like almost 130 the other day in Arizona?
Yeah. Hottest I've ever been, man, was Arizona. It was 123. And we couldn't even, the plane, we had to sit in the airport for like 6 hours so we can leave at night. I guess they say the tires in the plane can blow up, making too much heat and pressure. Yeah, we had that right here like Arizona does. Like if you're in the shade, it feels a lot cold, a lot cooler. It's still warm, but once you walk out in the sun, it's like torture. It's like,
So I may have made the major error. I guess we'll find out here pretty soon. But I put the pain cream on my neck, and then I went to pee, and I used that hand to handle my kibble and bits. So we're gonna find out if we put some of the pain cream stuff on my kibbles and bits, because if that happens, that pain kicks in slow, and then is problematic.
I think last week I took a hot shower because my lower back was kind of bothering me. So I got out and was laying in bed, and Cameron's like, "Hey, I put some being gay on you." I'm like, "Sure," not thinking about it. And I just got out of the shower, my pores were all open, all hot. Oh my god! I went out and jumped in the pool. Like it was so burning. I ran and jumped in the pool with my jeans on. I didn't take my jeans off. I just jumped right in. I was like, "Oh my god, it hurt so bad."
Yeah, a few years ago, after I quit programming, and I was tired of a thinking job all the time. So I took a job where I was working freight, right? I was working for a friend of mine, out on a dock, running a forklift, doing that kind of stuff. And I had cut my thigh, I don't know, about mid-thigh, about halfway. And it was real nasty. And I put some pain cream on it. And I was getting ready for work. And my kibbles and bits started swinging around down there and started rubbing up against there. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of weird, you know? But so I cleaned it, I washed it all off. But once it touches that particular region, that's all it takes. Oh my god, it started hurting so bad. I called in, because again, I was working for my friend, so I called him. I said, man, I'll be there as soon as I can, but I'll tell you all about it later. But I got to get in the shower and blah, blah, blah. Jumped in the shower. I was cleaning everything I could down there like crazy. Like, put milk on it eventually. Like, everything I could think of. And it was probably an hour and a half of just insane burning sensation that I just could not deal with. It was probably the 5th or 6th worst thing that I've ever had to deal with.
I rather deal with that than deal with my stupid sister. She's been bugging me all day.
Oh, just start spamming her some of those videos I sent you.
Dude, so check this out, man. I am an evidence or a facts person. You understand? That's just the way I am. I don't believe in what it coulda, shouldas, or had to have been. Who else could it have been? I don't believe that. I want to know. You gotta show me. Okay? So, like, she comes in this afternoon and like, look, dude, Trump's messing with the mail service of the people paying for Social Security checks. I go, it's not true. Yeah, it is. I go, it's not true. So I call my friend Kevin on speakerphone. My friend Kevin works Social Security in Virginia. Kevin, do you do paper checks? He goes, no, we haven't done it since 2013. Do you do by direct deposit, or we give you like a debit card? And he goes, but the Nancy Pelosi thing? He goes, yeah, it's horrible. Shit, that's not true. Mr. like, well, it has to be something that's true. And Kevin's like, listen, I've been working for us for 17 years. We stopped doing it because of the routine. She's getting her Social Security in October, and he told her, he's like, you filed, remember, I helped you file. I asked you 2 ways we can pay you. But what did I tell you? She's like, through a debit card and through that, through my bank account. He goes, okay. So you don't have an option to get a paper check. So what she said is not true.
No, it's a conspiracy theory.
So then she's like, well, they're stealing all the mailboxes. So I said, oh, hold on, Kevin's wife, her name is Ra, she's Cambodian American. She works for the Postal Service. She's a manager at the local one there in Langland. So he puts her on speakerphone. I said, hey Ron, what's up with you guys stealing stuff? She's like, oh my god, this stuff never ends, does it? I said, how does it work? So she says, this is what they do. Every time a blue mailbox on the street, when the mailman picks up the mail out of it, they're supposed to document how much mail they received out of it. After 3 months, they tallied up and they look and go, okay, this mailbox is only getting like 300 a day. The other side of town, these mailboxes are filling up the room. So we will remove the ones that aren't getting a lot of mail, and we'll move to another place where there's more mail getting used, like businesses or strip malls. She was like, so we're the ones with the trucks, it has our logos on. So she said, my sister, on her phone, she was, let's give me your number, I'll text you the picture. And it shows just last week, her and a coworker picking them up, and there's a flatbed truck with the USPS symbol on the side. And then she's like, well, it's just, you guys do it just because Trump's just calling you guys and making you guys do it. She's like, we don't speak to him. It has nothing to do with us. This is through our mandate through our contract we sign, we become postal workers. This is what we do. Every 3 months we tally, and then the fourth month we remove it. We move them all around. So I just don't get how, like,
conspiracy theories, man.
I just don't understand it.
That's the thing. Like, if it was a right-wing conspiracy theory on something, they would go, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. But because of, what do they call it? Opinion bias.
I just don't get it.
You automatically are more likely to believe things that confirm your biases than not. It was actually, I was listening to Tim Pool yesterday.
I showed her that video that you sent me,
and
she said, "Oh, he's not really a gay person. He's confused."
Yeah,
that's what she said. He's confused.
That's hilarious.
But see what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. And I kept hearing about Michelle Obama. I like Michelle Obama. I like her a lot. But when she said, like, the deaths of unarmed black men is on the rise, it's not true. I looked it up. In 2019, 24 of them passed away. This year, only 8. That is not going up. That is going down.
Well, it was 9 last year.
It's 24 the year before, and this year's 8.
Yeah.
So it's not going up. It's going down.
Well, and just because you're unarmed doesn't mean that you're not dangerous also.
But that's what I'm saying. I just don't... Like, I showed the video of the people in Portland, the guy defending the transgender lady. I said, listen, that could have been me and you. I could have been defending you and the people that you align with, the Black Lives Matter movement, that are going rogue. Just kick the shit out of me, kick the shit out of you. I said, how come we don't have anything to say? Just because someone doesn't agree with your politics, they can't drive down the road, they have to get assaulted and beaten. And then when the cops show up and pepper spray people, they're like, oh, they did was they shot rubber bullets at us. Like, well, you're not protesting anymore. You're causing havoc and damage.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
you can. It says right there in the Constitution, the right to assemble peacefully.
Peacefully.
Not, set things on fire. It's what do they say? 83. Tonight will be the 84th night, I believe, or 85th night of mostly peaceful protests in Oregon.
It was mostly peaceful. 10 people, and the rest of them. You see that lady doing that lady that was doing her speech at the Black Lives Matter rally, saying that cop should have hung that woman by the local cords.
Yep, and that she's got her gun and she's looking for an excuse to kill him.
So I'm like, why is that okay? But if some guy on the other side of the street says, Blue Lives Matter, that he's a piece of shit.
It doesn't.
Like the thing with Goodyear today. Do you see that?
I did.
So the union for the Goodyear company, they want to support the Black Lives Matter and they want to support the cops, but they're threatening that they fire and all this stuff if they support the other side. It's like, what is that? I don't understand.
So for those of you who didn't see it,
I just don't understand.
Goodyear put out a new policy on what you're allowed to wear on premises, and what is allowed is anything that is pro Black Lives Matter and nothing that's pro police, blue lives, anything like that. So that's what Velo's talking about.
Yeah, but why can't you support both?
You can't.
But you can.
You can't.
I can.
No,
I do.
You can't. You can support the idea that Black Lives Matter, but you cannot support the organization Black Lives Matter and be pro-police. They are at odds with each other.
I just don't understand.
Well, one is they literally want to kill the police, fire the police, have no police, and they want to go to a Marxist utopia. Like, that's literally their agenda.
But these people are going to want to call 911 someday. They're going to need help if someone's robbing their house. So I don't understand, like, why you...
Dark Braven says I'm staying out of this combo. Yeah, I would... It's a weird place myself, my friend.
I mean, this is my stance. I feel I have a responsibility to every American out there to make the correct choice who I vote for. So that's why I do my homework on both sides. If one side says, hey, this, I'm like, okay, that's what you say. Let me see what the other side says. Oh, they're saying this. Now let me look down the middle and see what the real truth is. Oh, so you want to say a little of the truth over here, a little of the truth over here, but what's the whole truth? My sister's opposite. She will vote for one side only no matter what, and whatever they do is always correct. I'm like, Liz, that's just not right.
So yeah, I was.
Vote for I would never. I'm an Italian American. If there was a presidential candidate that was just Italian, world American, the Italian flag, I wouldn't vote for him just because he's an Italian. If he's shit and crap, I'm not voting for him.
Yeah. So again, I was listening to, I think yesterday's Tim Pool's cast this morning or something, and I didn't catch all of it. Or I did catch all of it, but I didn't catch the particular name of this book. But the guest that he had, they were talking about. There's a Carnage Reaper in there. Here he comes. And they were talking about this book that was written a long time ago. And what this person is trying to do is explain your biases to you. And the guy was like, picture it like this. Picture it as a house, right? And things that support your house are easy to. Wow, this thing's not. There we go. Now it's broken. Are easy to kind of accept and hang on the walls, but things that involve you questioning the framework of your house has the potential to tear it down. And what they mean by the house is like the metaphor for your worldview. So when you start looking at evidence that makes you question your worldview, it's easier to ignore it than to risk having that worldview tore down. So you because that's not easy for people to do.
I mean, the censorship stuff's what's bothering me too. I mean, there's stuff that I don't like. I mean, I don't like the Klansmen, but they're preaching, I hate the N-words, and I hate Jews. That's horrible stuff.
Like all 7 of them? Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
It is horrible, okay? But it's freedom of speech. On the other side, they can say what they want too, freedom of speech. But when one side totally wants to say that everyone's totally wrong, they censor them and take them off Twitter, which is a open platform, I just don't understand like how that's correct.
Well, and the thing is that they don't even get rid of. They're not consistent in like the not just the policies on that regard, but like the policies that they consider racist or non-racist. So like they've changed the meaning of certain words. Like if you dislike someone because of their race, there's a special place in hell, in my opinion, for you. Because that doesn't make any sense. However, they've changed racism to no longer be that. And now racism is you also have to be in power over the other person. Well, that's nonsense. If you hate somebody based off of their race, it doesn't matter if they have power over you or not. That's a bad meaning. But they've changed that meaning. So now they're like, minorities can't be racist against white people. Well, that's not correct. That's a bad.
That's gonna happen.
Well, they've done it. That's the meaning has changed.
But that doesn't mean that all the people out there who are doing the reverse bigotry crap.
Well, it's not reverse anything. It's just bigotry. You're either a bigot against a race or you're not. Right? But see, we've
all stopped them from having those feelings. You can't just mandate that people are gonna not be against any other race. You can't do that.
Well, and then here's another thing, Sam. Like when I showed my sister that video where Biden on there says that he doesn't believe in gay marriage and all that stuff. My sister's like, oh, well, he had to change of heart. I said, okay. So he can flip-flop for 40 years on different things back and forth, and then now you believe him? I said, but what if Donald Trump was to come out and say something somewhere because she thinks he's like this racist bigot anyways? Just I wouldn't believe him. I'm like, but why would you believe
Well,
him?
and again, the
But
thing
not
about Donald Trump
him.
is he's been the most consistent person on
Exactly.
LGBT issues for his whole life.
I mean, Biden didn't even want DOMA, none of that stuff. I mean, now he's taking credit for the Israel and UAE thing about being the peace deal in the Middle East, the first time ever a Muslim Arab nation is going to recognize Israel as a country.
Well, so to be fair, the Obama administration did indirectly have a hand in that by being so shitty that everybody had to align to work together to oppose basically the Obama stuff that was going down.
So in the Tel Aviv paper I read this afternoon, it even talks about it in there, that they thank the Trump administration for brokering this between
Yeah.
the people. And
Yeah.
so it doesn't say like, oh, and Biden and him and his people help. None of it.
Well, again, they
But
did
he
help.
takes the credit for it, and people keep thinking, I'm like, I don't get it. That's not true.
No, they did help, but they helped by being so shitty that everybody else had to come up with a different plan.
You know, I'm talking helping, not fuck up something. See, that's the stuff my sister. See, like you said that. My sister
It's
would
true.
think that.
That's true, though, is that they were so terrible that people had to band together to make this work. Like that's the case. That, like, literally. And again, I'm not the world's biggest Trump fan, although I do feel like
I'm not either. It's just like. But
I feel like policy-wise has
equal
been
playing
very
field.
good. Has been very good. I think his rhetoric is poor, but he was right in the sense that he responded to Michelle Obama's big speech, saying the only reason I'm president is because the Obama administration was so bad.
$20 trillion in debt they left us. That's more than all the presidencies in history of time.
Give them time. That number is never going to go down. They're just going to continue to get worse.
And now in the stimulus package for unemployment, you see what they want now? They want to tax. If he becomes president, Biden, they're going to tax the unemployment. So don't spend all your unemployment money if you have it, because at the end of your unemployment it runs out, you're going to have to pay tax on it. That's what they want to push. So why are you going to hurt the people that need it the most? They want to help the people that need it the most, right? So that's confusing to me.
Well, they have to pay the taxes because pretty soon we're going to have a minute. So right now, the two biggest drains on our budget. Everyone always wants to blame military spending, but military spending is like a third.
Yeah,
But the biggest piles of spending is actually paying on our debts and what people like to call entitlements. Because once you got those benefits, everyone feels like they're entitled to them forever. I mean, I don't necessarily like the name entitlements, but that is what they are. Like, because of people feel like they are owed that, and some people are. Some people are entitled to that. People who have paid in to the system for a long time, etc., etc. They're entitled to things that they paid for, but other people are not.
So they get an argument about. She's like, oh, all the Republican people, all rich white people, they just don't give a shit. I don't like how that works. I'm like, okay, so Bill Gates and what's her name? Other people,
Jack Dorsey.
So these are the richest people in America.
Facebook guy.
They're all Democrats.
Yep.
So why aren't they rich? Why not? Michelle Obama and her worth $40 million. They're not rich.
Oh yeah,
She's like, she's like, it's different though. I said, how do you know it's different? I said, Liz, how about me? Do I not do a good job? She goes, well, you're different too because you do a lot of work and you give a lot to people. I said, but how do you know that those other people don't do that too?
Well, they do. The most generous people when it comes to charity work and stuff like that are conservative Christians.
I mean, I'm not even in the 1% or 2% or whatever they call it. I'm not even in that bracket yet. But still, it's like, I feel like since I do well, I give back. So it's confusing. It's like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, no. And
I
again,
give back, and I'm not well off. I'm on disability, and I've got cancer. Like, I can barely pay my rent, but I still give back.
she
That's
supports
great.
this stream. That's the
So
real
it
giving
doesn't-
back.
it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's where your heart is. And,
I
and
agree.
money is fake.
Well,
Money
money's the
doesn't
tool.
actually exist. It's a an evolved barter system, and they've taken it and made us all batteries to work our asses off to pay the government who's doing nothing. And I'm talking from Canada. We're not any better off than you guys are.
Nah, you guys are
Oh,
probably
yeah, I
worse in a lot of ways.
You're paying a lot of money for gallons of milk and bread. Yeah, it's just crazy. Gasoline's crazy high.
Everything is crazy high. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in Ontario. If I was to move to New Brunswick, it's twice that much. If I went to Vancouver, it's 3 times
I'm
that
glad you
much.
said that because I was actually looking at some real estate just to kind of see the Vancouver area. My girlfriend's family has family from there, and there's houses that are smaller than mine that are almost 3 times the price. I'm like, what?
My ex-sister-in-law, my husband, rest in peace, his sister owns a 6,000 square foot chalet on Blackcomb, one of the mountains, and it's worth 10, $12 million.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
did someone say they were in Ontario?
I am.
There you go.
Saucy.
Saucy is in Ontario.
And I live in Laurel Canyon in SoCal. I mean, it's like a really nice area. And I was like, I couldn't believe the prices in Vancouver. I got some buddies who live in Vancouver, and they're like, dude, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I go,
property
I can't
prices are
believe
way
it.
through the roof.
There are much nicer places to go if you really want to come up here. Don't go there.
Well, yeah, it just she has a family that's just like 5 miles or 10 miles north. So,
Well, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, there's all, it doesn't take that long to get to Vancouver. And you can get cheaper places, by the way. Don't go to Alberta.
yeah, her dad's from Hamilton. So
Oh, cool. Well, I was born and raised in Toronto.
Dark Braven is also from Ontario.
Yeah, I like Montreal too. It's nice. I didn't like Winnipeg. I didn't like Winnipeg. Well, I'm Italian descent, so my father, one of his brothers, my uncle, moved there, and that's where he lived for most of his life. So.
Okay, it's different if you know someone, but don't go there as a tourist.
Oh no, I got stuck in Edmonton and Winnipeg one time. I was like, oh my god, I thought it was another country, like another world. Like everything was
Did
snowing here.
you know that they actually call it Winterpeg?
Yeah, that's what
And
people
that
were
it's colder than Siberia.
Oh yeah, I was there for a week, snowed in. It was torture. It was like minus 50.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Well, we've got places in Ontario like that. My brother was a mining equipment repair guy, and it went down to in Sudbury, and that's North Ontario, and it easily went down to minus 35 at a minute's notice.
It's, I don't know.
We used to get that in Toronto too. I have suggestions, but Vancouver's where you want to go.
It's not I want to. It's just a lot of families in that area, so if you want to have a place. I would probably, if I did get something like that, it'd be like a loft, and then the leaves were crazy expensive. Just so we have a place to kind of stay, rent it out. That's way in the future, like way years away. But I was just kind of looking at the price range. I could not believe what I saw. I refreshed my page like 3 times. Like, okay, is Zillow correct? Is this right?
Go next door. Go to the next province over. I think it's
Well, I lived in Seattle for a long time, so I used to go there all the time, hang out with my friends from Canada. And I never really knew the prices. I didn't live there. But I was just hung out for a month or so. But man.
Remember,
Well,
property value is what people think it's worth. That's probably going to change everywhere real soon. I think we're, especially depending, and it may not change that much in Canada compared to the U.S., but depending on who gets elected, although I feel relatively confident that we're going to get a second term of Donald Trump. And if that is the case, then well, and that's his demographic. That's historically he tests the poorest with. But I think the Black Lives Matter stuff in particular, the movement, not the saying, because the saying is inherently true. The movement, however, is crazy.
I want them to say they don't want it to happen. The whole weekend, this has happened in Portland. I've been looking at Harris's Twitter, Biden's Twitter. None of them said, like, stand up and said, hey, the BLM people that are going rogue, that are dragging people out of cars and beating them, white
That's
or black or
not
whatever,
rogue.
we don't stand for any of this stuff, and you don't do this. If you're going to vote for me, don't vote at all. That's what I would do. But they don't say nothing. So to me, you're condoning it. If you're not going to say it, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not. Here we go. I'm trying to find you for like ever. That's the problem is that it's not really, and some people are gonna be upset about this, and I apologize, but I do not feel that these guys, they're rogue. I feel like it's any excuse to it's just another attempt to go socialism, go Marxist. They are power Marxists. Like, if you live and listen to them talk, they tell you that they're quote unquote trained Marxists. If you look at their agenda, it's all about power diversion. They're yelling at people to basically separate. They're trying to get people to go in racial segregation. Thought we decided that was bad, right? Like, didn't we spend like?
Yeah, you did.
Didn't we literally spend like?
Wasn't it Abe who
Well,
said
we had a
crap?
well we had a civil war to stop slavery, and then from then to like the 60s, give or take, we like had this big discussion on, you know, segregation's not good and we should stop treating people like they're inferior just because of immutable things like the color of their skin. Like, those are things that are not important. It's all about who they are and stuff like that. But
I think in 1982 or 83, I was in first grade, and I went to school like in my backyard, and we had this thing called the 220 program, and I was the only white male in my first grade class.
I was the only girl in my tech class.
I mean, Sam, like, you know my friend Ray, I talk about the musician, trumpet player. So he's like, he's in the BLM, he's like, hey, it's true, he dealt with other stuff when he was young. I get it, I'm behind it, I understand. But to a certain point, he now even says, like, dude, I can't. Because last time he went and did some protests with a big group of people, and they were all fine, not doing anything wrong. He said the ones that come up there and start doing the damaging stuff, that's when it gives him that bad look. So he stopped. He totally stopped. He won't go do any more protests, nothing. Because he goes, I can't protest because I got people around me doing bad things. Throwing Molotov cocktails, bottles of piss on cops. He said, so just he goes, and I told him, my sister months ago, I said, I want to see how long this goes. If this starts venturing off, where they're trying to do different things here, different things there, and start branching off in directions, it's going to fail. They're going to have to be one unit, only one voice. Someone's going to have to speak up and say, I'll lead this whole brigade. But you have too many people with too many agendas and too many this is right and this is wrong. I'll handle this way, I'll handle that way.
Well, again,
You're talking millennials.
part of the problem is that the idea behind the organization has nothing to do with racial equality. They're using it as a way to force power agenda through. Exactly. They're looking at it as a way to push power. They're looking at it as a way to do things that are just not good for society in general, like removing all police officers. They want to take people's houses away. If you're white and you have a house, they want you to give it to a black person. Did you hear that?
But why?
Because everything in the United States and
it's owed to them. I think it's all owed to
well,
them.
and Canada even has been built on the back of black slaves. And
no, we didn't have slaves, not at all. We saved slaves. We dragged them through the trails and covered up for them.
But in Canada, it's going to be First Nations.
In World War II, you did have Nazi POWs they did have work for them, which they deserve to do work for anyways for the shit they caused.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, a prisoner is a prisoner. You know, like, why aren't we experimenting on clients?
Because that's called torture. You don't do that to people.
It's not torture. You offer them the option, and it's not a case
the
of
Nazis
if you don't
offered
go along
people.
with the program, we're going to kill you. It's here you go. We're going to offer you this, but why are we using the whole entire general population as guinea pigs?
Hey, you're a serial killer. You killed 45 people. You got cable TV. I think your rights are pretty much gone out the window.
I mean, I don't.
We're gonna do some testing on you. There's a vaccine. Tell us to see the worst.
I don't feel like you should have. I mean, 3 meals in a cot is fine. TV, yada yada yada, is not necessary in my opinion. But
I agree. Here's a book. Read it over and over.
All our guys have internet. They can get on the internet. They've got phones.
well, those things are about to be human rights, and you're gonna have to provide because once it's a human right, you have to provide it to everybody.
But the thing is that I don't get, since we're talking prison here, you go to prison and your rights have been revoked as a human being. So how is their rights tied into a human being's rights?
Well, that's not the way that they want you to look at it anymore, because it's not.
I mean, not all prisoners. I'm talking like pedophiles, rapists, murderers, cartel kingpin dudes. I mean, they've done nothing but cause havoc in our society. And nothing
I'm
else.
talking about guys on death row.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the rest of them. Anybody who's going to face the needle, the noose, the chair.
No,
give
those
them
people
the
are going.
option.
Those people are going to get out of prison now
No, pedophiles have
How
to be
so?
because of coronavirus.
They can't get out because of
Nope,
the
they're letting them out.
They're letting all the
New
people
York
out.
City released 10,000
animals.
prisoners or something.
LA let 8,000 people out, and one person went and found the person and accused him, put him in jail, and then killed him.
Yeah, it turns out 65% of them have reoffended already.
Yeah, they're like little offenders.
The
Car
people-
thieves, arsonists, blah, 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 stuff they don't do, like violent crimes. They've been releasing 8,000 in LA County alone. And our homeless population now is around 70 million or something, or 7 million, or some crazy number.
How many people have you got there?
In the United States, 350 million, 360
Holy.
million.
In the United States, yeah, 360 million.
Yeah, Canada's super tiny.
Yeah, we've only got 10% of your population, which is why I was asking. So we get to get 37 million people here. But who wants to live here? I mean, it's cold as hell.
I agree.
Well, that's why
Snow
you're
sucks.
snuggled up against our back. You're just
Snow
cuddling.
sucks.
Ragrude says internet is considered an essential service now in Canada, and it's one of the most expensive costs in the world. However, they do provide internet in libraries, so they play the legal word game by providing it to everyone that way.
That's true.
I feel like
I love my Canadian neighbors. I've always had good relationships with them.
there's...
We pay so damn much money for internet here.
Yeah, it's like $150, right? A month, some crazy amount.
Yeah, between 100 and 150, and it really depends on, your bandwidth, because unlimited is pretty much a given. But
Hey, Gore, I think we're
You
going to
need
do some of the
bandwidth
cogs next.
to play the game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Sam.
Oh, it's fine. I just realized he was staying at the other place.
I pay $56 a month, and I have Comcast, and I have the business edition, which is fiber optic, super fast.
Yeah, see, I don't have access to that. I pay something like $120 a month for the fiber that I have here, and it's okay. But it could be better. They have another tier, but it's...
I want to get a T3 system. I would love to get it, but I'm not paying like $900 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Holy crap, really?
For tier 1, that's like small banks and the credit unions would have a T1 system.
Well, not
Holy cow.
anymore. Just anybody can get that now. Those speeds are not the end of the world anymore. But back in the day, it used to be the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
I've got a
now a good fiber.
350 gig. What? Sorry.
I was gonna say now the big fiber optic is the big speeds now.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 350 gigabit, whatever the hell that is, download, and I guess it's 20 gigabit upload
That's pretty fast.
for 56 bucks a month.
That is a very good deal, if those
Yeah,
are correct
good.
numbers. I doubt if it's
Well-
gigabit. It's probably something else, but it's still probably a reasonable deal.
It's because I left my provider. I moved in with my brother and his wife, and they were on Bell, so I called up my guys and said I gotta go. I have to quit. I'm going somewhere else, and they've got Bell, and I'm really sorry because I hate Bell. But eventually got to the point where they called me up and they said last year, so for a year, I had 350 gig for 29 bucks a month. But it kept going up and up and up, and then eventually the contract was up and they upped me. So the next step is to bring me up to, regular speed, and I'm not going to be able to afford it.
Oh yeah, okay, for a minute. I gotta put my niece. She was to go to bed, so I'll put her to bed. Bye. Be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, but yeah, the world is a weird place when it comes to what people feel is required services and stuff like that. The pyramid hierarchy has changed,
Big time.
and
Yeah, I think I could get to Ontario in about 7 hours north.
Yeah?
I'm pretty far north. I'm more north than these guys. And I'm paying like, I think like $40 a month for like 12 and like whatever.
yeah, like it's internet is, depending on where you're at and what else is going on, is not inexpensive. But I said for some people, it's, my wife and I do this. I need good internet speed. She also works from home. She needs good internet speeds. And since we overlap on our times when we work, that means that we have to exponentially have better speeds. And because if we're both, like, she VPNs into places, which means that she's basically got an internet tunnel carved out. So for me to be able to do my thing, I have to make sure that there's enough overhead that I can send stuff out. And some days, depending on where I have to send my data to, if I can send things to Dallas, it's a little bit easier than sending things to, like, Chicago, for example. But you send it wherever's the best. The best for things like that. I'm trying to get shipped to this Reaper here. There we go.
Should I sign into, where are you? Twitter?
I'm on the Twitch. I'm on the YouTubes.
Twitch, yeah.
Whatever you'd like to do. Like if you'd like to watch the gameplay, you're welcome to do so. You can also hang out on voice. It's fine. Whatever you want. That's what we're here for how much longer I have the energy to push in. But, like, again, people are really bad at taking things that are wants and considering them needs and putting them over what's actually needed. It's a thing that people are just bad at, or maybe they're good at. I don't know. So, like, I know people who don't pay their rent because they want to make sure that they don't lose phone service on their new cell phone, right? Or people who go house poor because they buy a house that they really can't afford, or car poor because they buy a car that's too expensive for what they really need.
I thought that was illegal now.
No. You can, if you can convince the bank that you can make the payments, they will, even if you really can't because you have other stuff going on, they'll give it to you. Like, doesn't somebody here in the United States, except for health insurance, you are not forced to buy or not buy anything you don't want currently, except for health insurance, which really disturbs me on a lot of levels because now the government has an excuse that they can just start demanding that you buy things, which I think is pretty terrible. But those are my strong libertarian views kicking in. And I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, what? No, you have to buy. And like, no, you don't have to buy anything else. Everything else is stuff that I have volunteered basically to do. Gore's trying to murder me. Running through traps. See him, I see him. But yeah, no, it's weird. People are real bad about that. Same thing with, like, I understand people being addicted to things, but I know a lot of people who they're like, oh, I have to buy cigarettes. You don't have to. You can overcome that. LOL, they said my login was crap. Oh, for Twitch? You got in now,
and
though.
yet I'm here.
You know, you got in now, so guess they know what they're talking about, I guess, huh? Alright, I'm gonna go kill this portal first, I think. Rasha. Alright, portal's down. There's a Reaper floating around. Let's see if I can find it again. There it is. Alright, he should be shifted onto me now. Alright. There we go. Gotta love that. Gotta love Twitch. You need a crotch rocket.
Oh,
He's thinking about it.
No.
He's thinking about it. Okay. You know, it's not something I'm going to use, so. Oh, I guess we got a recall out of this one. Let's see. Now we go, what, all the way to the north, I think?
Yeah, Wraith Callers.
I don't know the name of the quest. I just know where they are on the map. That is my weakness.
Northwest.
Yeah, you're right. Wraith Callers. Because there's like 3 of these that are level 15, if I remember right. Or 4 of them, something. Uh-oh, we got a bad man here. No, I thought it was a bad man. Yeah, no, it's a weird. It's difficult being a streamer, I think, in this political time, especially if you're a person that leans more like the way I do, more libertarian, a little bit more conservative leaning than a lot of people. I feel like it's difficult because part of what I do here is I'm always willing to tell you guys what I think, and I want to be able to always defend my position with facts and numbers and stuff. But at the same time, like, you also have to be able to just be willing to listen to other people, even when they're not listening to that stuff. Like Velo's sister, for example, who doesn't really care about facts or numbers or anything, because they've decided that this is the way the world is, and facts that are contrary to that opinion don't matter, right? And it's also difficult because people are trying to quote unquote troll you, right? They want to get you to the point where you're saying something that they know that your people, like your followers or supporters or whatever, don't want to agree with you on, in the hopes that you'll get defunded or deplatformed or whatever, because they get they enjoy it. So it's tough. It's weird being somebody who that tries to talk about stuff, because I feel like it's important to share, because if you aren't sharing those ideas with people, then you're not giving them the opportunity to see things from another perspective. Because a lot of people will never see another perspective, right? Because they don't want to. They just don't care. So,
well, a lot of them don't get exposed to a different perspective.
Right, because they don't want to. You know, or if they do, they just ignore that stuff because, oh, that's fake. Like, is it? Is it fake, or is it that you just are ruling out facts for no reason?
I have a thought on all that.
Sure.
They're not as confident in their own beliefs as they think they are, and so someone else comes along with a different belief or proof otherwise, and the next thing you know, they're very defensive because what you've done is you challenged their beliefs, and they don't like it.
Right. And that carries on with the point I was making earlier, that a lot of people, they get to the point where they can just dismiss the facts because it, like you said, it challenges their belief, but it also would, if confronted and faced, it would force them to come to look at their beliefs again. But it's almost a religion, a lot of the stuff. Again, I have friends. They're good guys. They're good people. But this year, for example, they have done stuff politically I never would have thought that they would have done in a million years. And these are some of my best friends in the whole world. So, like, for example, Herman Cain passed away recently. He's a gentleman who is an African-American conservative guy, ran for president in 2012, I think.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Cain, yeah.
Yeah, 2012, I believe. Big civil rights guy. But he's right. He was right-leaning. And he's been fighting cancer for like 6 years or something.
Yeah.
And he went to a Trump rally in Oklahoma a while ago. And he was tested before and after the Trump rally. And he was found not to have coronavirus. But he caught the coronavirus and passed from complications caused because of complications due to the coronavirus, right? But this is a guy...
They didn't blame it on the cancer?
They did not. They blamed it because here in the United States, if you have corona and you die, it's because of the corona. Not the fact that Corona works with other problems and gets you. That is...
Well, in all truth, nobody actually dies of cancer. They die of complications from medication.
Well, you can still die from cancer. But most people, if you're being treated, your body's breaking down. Your immune system is getting worse. Like, that's the sad reality. And what Corona does is it lowers your body's ability to process oxygen. And the less oxygen your body has, the harder it is for it to function. So, like, it's just... I don't know if I'm going to be able to save you. Yeah, that's the best way to save you, is that it's...
I know what you're saying.
Well, I meant that this guy's dead.
Coronavirus, even if you survive it, can cause permanent lung damage and...
They are starting to feel like that is not true.
Really?
Yeah. There's mixed data on that. In fact, they're starting to feel like you're going to be better off getting Corona and fighting it off, and then you'll increase your body's ability to fight it off the next time, the next time, and the next time.
Well, apparently, our antibodies are only good for like 18 days or 19 weeks or something.
Again, that apparently is incorrect as well. They're saying that now what the newest studies that have come out in the last 2 weeks are saying that you get a 3-month immunity at least from getting Corona and getting over it. That's the minimum. They just don't have good studies after, like good test subjects, to prove that it's longer than that. So we'll find out when exactly you are resusceptible to Corona as time continues to pass. But also they're saying that your T cells and B cells, which are the things that your body uses to help fight off illnesses, they not only do they retain the ability from other viruses in the Rona family, but also from Rona itself also helps. So if you have overcome any illness in the Rona family, you will defeat the coronavirus even stronger or even quicker. And then somebody else was telling me that there was I haven't read this study, but I was being told that there's also a study that says that certain blood types are fighting off the coronavirus better than others.
No, I was just going to bring that up.
But I have not read that information, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, that's what somebody else was saying as well, the O blood. And I have not read that study, so I can't tell you anything about that other than that is something I have heard. So there's a lot of good information out there, and they're saying that a lot of their initial thoughts, like that one in particular about the potential permanent damage from coronavirus, they do not believe that is correct. If you're taking permanent damage from something, it's usually something else in addition to the fact that Corona has hit. It's not spreading much through the homeless. I have not heard that, but it would make sense because the homeless population is constantly exposed to other illnesses, and therefore their immune system is working at the best of its ability, or otherwise they would not be alive.
I mean, how much nutrition do you get being homeless?
Here in the United States, pretty reasonable actually for the most part. Here in the United States, we have some of the most well-fed homeless people in the world. In fact, probably the most well-fed homeless people are in the United States.
Holy cow.
Like we literally
I can't
have...
imagine being homeless and never actually having a full-course meal.
Well, that's just you do.
Any of that stuff, and still being able to fight shit off.
Well, that's just it. Here in the United States, here in Salina, we have a men's shelter, a woman's shelter, and we have a food pantry. Plus, we also have at least a dozen, if not more, basically pantries where people will leave food items for the homeless people.
Yeah, we
or
call those food banks.
yeah, they're not here in the United States. They're not really banks because they, we have food banks where you can go to and get food if you need food. That's like organized, and they try to help make sure that you get stuff that's not just junk. These are more just like
Come on,
people.
really?
People
You
want
guys
to.
are lucky.
People just
We
want
get
to
all
leave things.
prepackaged, canned, mostly expired, somewhat frozen.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We have plenty of that
And
stuff
it works
as well.
on a point system, so if you're on welfare or some kind of social assistance, you get points, and you're only allowed to take so much out of the food bank, and you can only do it every 6 weeks. How in the hell do you survive that?
Well, that's government help for you, man. People start thinking, the government's going to take care of it, and that's the extent of what you get, as opposed to people thinking, it's not the government's job to take care of this. I'm going to do what I want to do. So, like, it's one of the reasons why people that are left-leaning tend to not be extremely charitable. I'm not saying that's true for everyone. I'm certainly not saying that's true for people watching this stream. I'm just saying, historically, the people who give the most to charity and work the most with charities are conservative Christians here in the United States.
And it isn't just luck because, like, we make the most food in the world, so it just kind of trickles downhill.
So, anyway, here, like I said, here in Salina, there's all this food that you can get. I know about the men's shelter because I thought about taking a job with the men's shelter at one time. So, and a guy who runs it is an acquaintance of mine. He was trying to talk me into coming and helping him out. But they have 2 requirements there. They have a curfew for the men's shelter, and you have to not take any drugs. Those are the only 2 requirements at our men's shelter, and there's a lot of people who won't take it. Love you.
Love you too, Pookie Bear.
I love you all.
Love you, good night.
Love you too, baby.
Yeah, we had a men's shelter across from my emergency room in Milwaukee, and when somebody would come home on stuff and they wouldn't be welcome, sometimes we have to take them to the hospital.
Oh, that sucks. But good on you for doing it.
So we let them stay in the emergency room until, they were good enough to go back to their shelter.
We're only allowed 10 days at any shelter. So, if you're homeless, you have to find other shelters. Like, you can't go and stay at a shelter here.
Oh no, we've had guys. I know for a fact that we've had guys here that have stayed in this Salina shelter for 5 years or more now. That's not the goal. The goal is to get them to a place where they can get a job. Like, they work a system here where they try to get you employed. They try to get you moving. The goal is to not keep you in the system. But I know that there's at least 3 guys, I think they told me, that have been in the system for multiple years.
We can't do that.
Well, I mean, I don't think we can do it either, but somehow it's not like a law here that you can't. And then places like V-Love might be able to speak more to this, but there's quite a few. You're going to have to wait, V-Love. There's quite a few of homeless shelters like in Los Angeles. Yeah, sorry, Gore, I tried.
You get a Reaper creeping around.
Oh, I know, that's what I... Right at the same time, V-Love sends me a tell. I assume you weren't in the party, that's why you sent me a tell. But anyway, like I said, V-Love might be able to speak more to the Los Angeles area when it comes to, like, shelters and stuff. But
I've got friends there. I could check it out easily.
yeah,
Who died?
Gore did.
Oh.
Gore's pretty under level, and we are screwing around in R4 because I feel like the Alchemist Bombarder is too strong. It's too good.
Oh, I was hoping that wouldn't be your deduction.
Nope, it's too good. Needs nerfed. It's real. It's too strong. Did you miss the? Did you miss
Why
the
can't
rant
they
this
just
morning?
make the rest of the characters better? Like,
Well,
why do we always
here's
have
the
to
problem.
deal with the nerf?
Here's the problem. The problem is not that it's such a big power jump that it's to pull everybody up to this level would basically mean let's just make monsters not do anything. That's what it feels like to me. I mean, honestly.
Well, they nerfed warlocks 3 times or something, and they made the DCs on the monsters in the game a lot harder. And it wasn't because the warlocks were nerfed. That's not how I noticed that was going on. But
I think this one's a bigger one. Keep going.
Yeah, it's just gradually eroded the last pass. Yeah.
well, they just got tougher. Everybody got harder to kill. And that was right after the warlock nerfs. And
Like-
that went on for like 6 months. They just kept doing it, and then eventually it became covert because they didn't want to tell anybody that they were doing it anymore.
What?
This one's
Quest
also
line
a
is what place?
16. I thought there was one more. Is the Bandit Vault Office Gore, is that one 15? Because these are both 16s.
You're at the Magnum of Slow.
I know, but it's also 16. So I was.
Yeah, I thought the other one was 15, but maybe not. The scavenger hunt, I think it's called.
The one that we were just at?
Yeah.
No, it's 16 as well.
16, so do you need a level?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if there's any more COG quests to do that are level 15.
Okay, so I'm heading there to that place.
Probably not, actually, because I
Okay,
mean,
good.
possibly, because I have the feeling that unless this one quest way over here happens to be 15, I think I'm done with these, and I'm going to go find some other 15s to do. So give me a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my gear and just screw around.
But-
I'm in the marketplace, I guess.
It's not the multi-vial damage. It's specifically because, and this is my argument that it's too good, and this is how I would fix it. It's that because the multi-vial on the first throw will remove the immunity if you take the weakened immunity, which clearly you should, right? Because the first vial removes the immunity, and then the other 3 vials, assuming they make contact, which seems like a relatively safe assumption if the first one hit, then the next 3 vials do full damage. Yeah, this is also 16. So yeah, I think we're done out here in the COGS homes.
Nice, I need that place. And that's right before you scoot through it.
So because of the way that happens to work out, there's no real reason to even have any other spells on your bar. Like, you really just need Quickened, Maximized, Empowered, etc. Multi-vial of whatever spell you happen to like, element you like. And then you also need a not metamagic version. And basically you just play for the game to... And then buffs. Like, that's really all you need after level 12. And your only decision point becomes, is this a monster that has more hit points that I have to use the big version or the cheap version?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. And that's not good. So basically,
But-
the way they fix it is everything will be the same, except instead of having multi-vial, the 2, 3, and 4 vial doesn't count for the initial bypassing. So if you want to have your vials land as the first hit, you have to cast another spell first. Which means
But
then
now-
you go from casting, you hit the 1 button and then the 2 button, and your brain still turns off, but at least that's more. Alright, go ahead.
LOL, your brain turns off. How many lives have you got? Like, how many past lives? How many racials? Like, can you look at this from a first life basis? Because
I can.
I think that maybe
don't
it
think-
doesn't need to be nerfed.
I
You
don't
know,
think it
for
has
first
anything
life.
to do with lives.
No, because
Oh, come on, man. You've got
No.
DCs out the wazoo, probably.
I have a character on DDO that has every single life in the game. I've done 4 Warlocks now, and I've done a first life run hardcore on the exact same Alchemist build. And they're both the same.
Like, there's something to be said in there because you have to. There are some DC stuff going on, and I'm a big believer in keeping your DCs high. In fact, I've actually nerfed my gear, and I'm running suboptimal gear just to keep my DCs higher. I could increase my damage. I think I figured it out, like something like an extra 5 or 6% or something stupid. If I were to switch my gear around and do a bunch of like treat crafting and yada yada. But I don't. This is not a DC based thing. I mean, there's some of that involved, specifically for monsters that have evasion and good saving throws. But normally on most of the like fun builds that I do or whatever, I just do Reaper 1s, right? So like I just did that Fire Cleric life. The Fire Cleric life that Thotgar felt was so bad that he literally laughed at it and told me that it sucked. Okay? I thought it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of decisions to be made. I felt like things were doing really well. I think the reason why Thotgar in particular thought it sucked because when Thotgar joined me, I kicked it up to R3 almost every time. And at R3 that build really suffers. Right? But on R1 and R2 we didn't have any problems. Like we just went through the quest like it was cake. But
It's
that
great in a group.
what?
It's a great build in a group.
Also that, which is part of the reason why I decided to kick it up with Thotgar. Okay? Now, the game just became, at level 12, and getting those 2 abilities, it literally just took everything and went, oh, it doesn't matter. I literally walked up the Reaper mode, solo. I've been soloing on R4. And the only reason I don't go higher is because I haven't had enough experience with higher level Reapers yet and identifying them and knowing their weaknesses. If I was brave enough, and I probably should do it now because I feel like it would still not be a big deal, I could probably easily move. Oh yeah, that's an excellent quest. That's
We could do this on R5 or 6 if you want.
yeah, like
I'm at the ship entrance if someone wants to give me an invite.
see if my ship is open. I can run over there and jump in. But it's one of those things that it's too good to balance with everything else. It literally, I would have
Somebody
told
has to be
you.
on the show.
Yeah, I'm moving in right now. That's what I'm saying. There you go. I said it's like it has redefined what is tier 1. There's literally not another class in the game that has the same power level. I wouldn't even know how you would get some of the other classes to the same power level.
A lot of the other classes probably wouldn't know because they play in groups. I know that I'm part of the TR static group, and it makes such a huge difference having DPS and healing, which is what I'm in charge of at this point. But yeah, it's huge.
So like, for example, if you go back and you watch my Hardcore 3 primer thing on what I think the best 5 builds are in DDO for on the Hardcore, you know, I would have told you that number 1 and number 2 respectively are the Favored Soul Lightbright build, right, where you're casting the light rays, the lightning bolts,
Okay.
and the Pale Master Wizard, right? Those are, in my opinion, number 1 and number 2. What?
Is
what
that
do you
where
look?
Loaf got his favorite soul built? Because what he wanted me to get was out of the question.
We can try 5. What did you ask, Beloaf?
I said the quarter shaft mont's pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put that in the top 5. I don't think top 10. But like just for sheer survivability, power, etc., etc. There's a list. I did 5 of what I thought was where. Oh, you know what? I may actually be a little light on mana for this. But we'll find out. I think probably part of the reason I've evaluated them so high is because Loaf kind of demonstrated the favorite soul, but Tobrel also the first hardcore season kind of showed off the power of the light bright favorite soul. But this has redefined that for me.
I didn't want to say that at the time that you were doing it, and like, you know, Niven kind of like got me on this Bombardier thing, and I think Tobrel already mentioned it.
Tobrel distributed, like a lot of people have done it before, and I haven't played it, so I can evaluate. And I felt like a lot of people have the habit of getting smashed, and that's a play style thing. I think a lot of people rely on those past lives and not worrying about dying on live, where the survivability goes down. I think we need to kill stuff, right?
Reaver.
Yeah, I see it. Let's see how dangerous it is here. But see, like, here's another situation. Like, what am I doing? I'm waiting for my multi-vial to come off timer. I have other SLAs. Doesn't matter. Just wait for the multi-vial. Like, it's just the most efficient way for me to use my mana and just wait. But this thing is insane. So, for example, the Pale Master Wizard, right? The reason it's so strong is that it's got the Fireball SLA that generally works on everything. There are some monsters out there that are immune to negative energy, but they're pretty few and far between. And it takes a little bit of effort, but you can even hurt undead, right? But you got to heal them first to do that, to be able to hurt them. Now, you put Alchemist in here. Alchemist it can't disable the trap. You're just going to have to come through. Alchemist, they don't have to... They don't have to heal their opponents. They just hurt everything. Everything gets stripped. Nobody doesn't take damage.
Just keep my stone as long as you can.
Alright, it's fine. I'm just gonna...
Well, even on the Tiefling, you have to hit something with fire first, like Scorch.
Correct.
And they steal their immunities. So I hear what you're saying.
The ability to just throw my one spell and that strips the immunities right away without having to even think about anything else is just too good. Now, if it was, I'm gonna cast another spell first, and then I gotta get this Soul of Cruelty killed first, man. And then I gotta work on that Reaper. Gosh. Okay, there we go. So that is what I'm saying. That to me is what pushes it over. The spell itself is fine. I just think the implementation of the stripping is too strong.
Whoa, look at you, Harvard.
Yeah, there's a Plague Reaper floating around, and there's like 6 dudes here. Gore kind of, I think, hit a weird spot. I gotta do some backtracking to heal. Just a second, I'll be back. Yeah, this Plague Reaper leashed because I had to jump through the water. Hopefully I can keep him on the boat. I'm just getting killed here. There we go. But see, we ended up aggroing some of this stuff up here that I really was trying to avoid. And now things are just resetting. Alright, let me get healed up and then we'll figure out where you are, Gore, and I'll get you up.
I'm right in front of the third ledger room.
Okay, so you're in that room where we're headed first? Okay.
I'm on the boat in the water because I took 3 people in the water. Swam around for a minute while you were multi-violent and everything.
First Life Alchemist only suffers from low hit points. I agree. It's the two weaknesses to the Alchemist build are hit points and spell point usage. And I think, like I was talking to Gore about it, because Gore really kind of exploded that point for me in this last hardcore season. That you really become the one action wonder. And when every ball you're throwing is a
one shot, one kill.
Well, you're trying to make it one shot, one kill. There's the other Reaper. See, here's a Vengeance. Which one does the Vengeance do?
Circles on the ground, blue ones.
I saw that. Okay, so I can just kill it though. I don't have to kill everything else first.
It'll buff everything around it with dots that will beat us to the ground.
Okay, well
I got
then.
the Reaper. Whoa, seems a wall of fire on me. What the heck?
Alright, so I do have to murder everything else first. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that I didn't do it in time, so that. There we go. That guy's down. All right, now we got another Plague Reaper here.
Sorry, I killed one. I didn't get the other one.
Come on, one more. There we go.
This is my SLA build, remember? The Favor Soul Cleric.
Well, I don't remember, but it's good. Oh my god, healing's so bad.
Can you heal yourself?
Apparently not. My heal scroll fired off for 44.
Well,
Alright.
I got tons of healing, so here you go.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll throw a potion in a second. Hang on. Where are you at, Nim? Or, Gore?
I'm still on the boat. I was taking care of V-Love and then I got...
I'm just making sure you can get in here. V-Love is spamming the heals over here. Let's get over here and get V-Love to heal you. I already healed him, so...
Yep, we're my friend.
So
Yeah.
I could throw a D-door after we get in here and talk to this thing, or we can run back the other way.
We have to do two. So we'll have to go
Alright,
forward
we'll go
and then...
up and top and across and then D-door, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
So just for your information, I went with Druid.
Druids could be really strong. I haven't done a Druid in a little while, so I'm not...
Pastor Druid, next life.
Next life is already chosen.
I'm not really strong. I only did it because I'm in a TR group, static group, where we're all trying to just level up real hard, and so I thought maybe a healer might be a good idea. So I went that way.
Alright, wait for V-Love, and then we can detour out of here. Yeah, our next life is chosen. I'm going to do the last half-elf life on that Fey Buckler build, because I think it's going to be really, really good on the half-elf, and I want to be able to record the final video / build video for it, or build layout for it. So I've already kind of stole the next one, whatever you want to call it. But people can do a caster druid for the first human life. I'd be fine with that.
Or an Ice Sword, which Cameron said she wants that one.
People are welcome to vote. She's got to log on to vote.
I know, I keep telling her that.
Yeah, that or she got to get you to vote for her.
I can do that too.
You guys are going to have to fight over it.
I'll split my votes.
I'm not keeping track of that shenanigans. Okay.
I'm resting. I'll catch up to you.
We're coming back and we're going to rest
Oh.
right next to you, so don't worry about it.
Monsters.
Hey, they're the Mind Flayers. I looked for him. I didn't see him. Yeah, I knew for a while that Alchemist was the strongest build in DDO.
Yeah.
It just... Because I hadn't played it, I couldn't evaluate fairly. Alright, how long do you have?
So Gore's got to go over to the Resurrection Shrine.
Yeah. We're just waiting for his penalty box here. So yeah, I think that's all you have to really do. You don't have to decrease its damage. You don't have to screw with its DCs. You just have to make it where multi-vials. The immunity fires off with the for the entire spell, not per vial. You make that one change and you're good. You could have just walked from here, Gore. Biochemist is super strong with Inquisitive as well. Yeah, I didn't... The time I kind of fiddled with it a little bit. I was also on a Wizard. And it didn't... They didn't work together. So... I didn't play with Inquisitive / anything else. I feel like it's kind of a trap. But I think it'd be good with daggers.
What's the main stat for an alchemist?
Intelligence, the best stat in the game.
Okay, so I can see why you would have thought Wizard might have been an okay idea.
I mean, it is. It's really strong. You just... Like, my favorite build so far of Alchemist has been the Undead Wizard Alchemist Splash. 3 levels of Wizard. It works really good. My thing is that it did not work with Inquisitive very well. I don't like Inquisitive Alchemists. I haven't played one super deep, but I feel like it's probably not ideal.
So what if you didn't go Inquisitive?
I think the dagger, like the most fun one that I have done has been the melee biochemist sword and orb. In my case,
what about
dagger.
The other trees?
The healing tree was really fun with the undead stuff. I really liked it with the undead. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to successfully beat this guy down by myself. I guess we'll find out here, won't we?
And that shadow mark.
You need to heal.
Did 7 past lives as a vile inquisitive LOL basically one-shots most things. Yeah, I really liked it. Oh, 36 con. Okay. This is fine.
Oh, yeah.
The best place to res is over here in this corner, I believe.
It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna
Gibbers here.
Gibbers back up, yeah. We got a million years though before I can Gibbers.
Man, I had that dude with a sunbolt, and then he knocked my dick in the dirt.
Speaking of Jabbers and not dicks in the dirt, are you guys finding it a little harder to get a Jabbers lately? Like in the last year?
I don't know. I've only ever gotten one, and I don't expect to ever have more than that.
Yeah, I have one character at all. One of that play.
Okay.
Okay. B-Love, do you have reses?
Yes, I raised that.
Be sure to hide really well for a second.
Okay, we're on the corner over here.
See that invis thing? We all have invis spots.
Alright. I got him. I just wanted to make sure that somebody would be ready to res me when inevitably I get murdered here in about 4 seconds.
I think you've pretty much killed everything, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm gonna die because of Gibbers. I'm gonna die in 8 seconds. Guys, go ahead and loot your chest and recall out or whatever. I'm just gonna release back to the boat.
No, I'm ready. We have res.
No, I'm literally gonna hit the release. You just penalty or cast the spell as in penalty box. I looted the chest, so I can just release to the boat. Oh, one more quest. One more quest. Alright, so Vengeance Reaper is the one that they put circles on the ground and they do buff bad guys. See, those are the things that I don't know enough to be able to just, like...
Yeah, Despair Reapers, they, like, steal saves from you and make everything else harder. Just save.
All I know about Reapers is get them gone ASAP.
Well, like I said, the Vengeance Reaper is not one that's like that, I think, because you want to clear all the trash around it so you don't make all the trash like 3 times stronger or whatever while you're... because you killed the wrong Reaper too quick.
Wrong Reaper. Killed the wrong Reaper? Pardon?
Yeah, right? Because when the Vengeance Reapers die, everything around them gets a buff.
Yeah, Vengeance buff makes them like a super crown.
Yeah, but then the Reaper's gone and the buff only lasts so long. Like, how long does the buff last? And it's nothing you guys can't handle. Come on.
Probably enough to wipe my party. I mean, it killed... I had one guy with one squid face get super buffed and it one-shotted Velo with a firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't have this guy hanging around and continually buffing the enemy.
I don't think he buffs unless you kill the...
Only
when you
in
kill
death
him.
does he buff it.
Yeah. So you just gotta make sure you kill all the trash around him first and then kill the Reaper last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, like, I mean, I really don't know if I care, but, again, the build is just so strong, it can get away with stuff, like, yeah, we had some deaths, and that was unfortunate, but it wasn't, like, the end of the world or anything here.
What's that Marvel character when it's the German dude and he goes invisible all the time? This is one of those Marvel movies I watched.
Marvel or DC?
No, that's what the plot looks like. The guy turns invisible. He has a lizard's tail.
Okay, so you're talking probably about Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, here you go.
Nightcrawler doesn't turn invisible.
I thought he teleported. Oh, teleport, right? So
He
does-
teleports.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I was going for a Nightcrawler look. Thank you.
Yeah. Can I cut your tail off?
No.
Oh, okay. Put it on.
We'll
Put it
just
on.
try for the sexiest look I can find.
Put it on.
Because I'm not.
Yeah, I'd look like Samus.
Well, that means that Wolf looks like you.
Beef does look a lot like me, actually. He's a little bit more schmelt than I am, that's all.
A little bit more what?
Schmelt.
Svelte?
Yeah, however you pronounce
I
it.
mean, as in buffed?
Oh yeah, he's a little cutie, that one.
There's what I needed to know.
Yeah.
Another tidbit is that this is my favorite background music in all of GDO. Because it's like the thing that sounds the most like rock and roll, I think.
Which one's that?
Sinister Storage.
It's all too loud. I don't know why they can't normalize stuff in this game. They just are not good at it. I also probably against like certain Reapers I need to get more in a habit of casting the crowd control-y spell and not the what is this thing
Do you
called?
have Hurl? Is that part of
Gore
being an
does.
alchemist?
No, Gore's got Hurl.
Oh.
No, they just have like the best kill spell and the like access to heal. Insta kill effects, some of the best crowd control. I mean that's all.
I kind of sort of looked at it because I spent a long time playing rogues and parties, and alchemist seems to be the next level, but
Well, I said
I'd rather be an arty, to be honest.
I would rather be an arty too, and I feel like arties are so low tier by comparison now. They they're
But they're
They're
so
not even
easy
close.
to modify. So easy to ramp up, you know?
Oh, here's a Disparage Reaper. Which one is this
Oh.
one? That's the one that eats you, right? It's the one that eats your saves and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, I've thrown a... Yeah, never mind. Whoever's got his aggro is like
You need
Doing
a
it
light
cool.
bomb. See, this is where
doing a...
a road would be nice with the time bomb. Which I hear that they've kind of ramped up. And it's good in heroics.
Yeah, I haven't filled with rogues, like a straight rogue in a while. Rogue is like
I
alchemist
got
to
you.
me.
I got your, 2 attack. Can I get you?
Well, the hireling did its job for now. It's literally only here to spell song trance us.
You got a res, not really.
Well, there's a shrine right there. Just stay alive and shoot things for a minute. Yeah, I think it's Gore here that's doing such a good job of making my spells dodge. Yeah, I don't know. I really was enjoying again, it's really strong, and that it's fun every once in a while. I have a build that's like over the top broken, but I would get so bored. Like if people were like, Sam, we're gonna make you do 3 alchemist lives in a row, I would just stop. I would be like, yeah, we're not taking boats for this next one.
Right on.
I'm
See, you're
serious.
on my side.
I'm not even sure I will play this build again, to be honest. Like, I'm a person that likes decisions, and the micro decisions that are involved are important.
But
Yeah, you're watching. Are you looking at everything that's on my cooldown? Like, what's on my cooldown? I have the 2 relatively free spells and multi-vial. That's pretty much what gets cast.
Figured probably the restaurant.
Okay, well, it's on its way up here now, so it'll have to come up here to get smooshed.
I can kind of see what you're saying. I mean, it's really sweet to be able to throw wiles, but if that's all you can do,
Oh, it's not
I mean,
though. Like,
I
this
would feel really defenseless.
this version of the build, that's what it does, right? Because you have the 3 trees. You have the Bombarder tree, which this is the first time I've ever really played with it, except for like the first little bit for the SLA. The Apothecary tree, which I think is actually really sweet. I really, really like it. And then you have the Biochemistry, which I also think is sweet, and I really, really like it. So, like, I think that this build is too linear for me to, like, really like, run down that tree very often.
Well, I've got a similar problem. There's stuff in the falconry tree that I want to take, and I need, 10 or 12 points to get to it, which is wisdom to damage. And there's stuff in the Azamar tree, because that's what I decided to be. Azamar Druid, for more wisdom. And there's a lot of stuff in that tree that I would really like to take. So, I'm not going to wind up being much of a druid if I do all that, because I don't want any points left to put in druid trees. So I won't be a wolf, I won't be a dire bear,
Well, I think
don't know.
you have room for a lot of that stuff. It's just the multi-vial is just, it's so top tier that casting anything else just feels bad by comparison. That's the rub. And
So
it's
you're a power guy.
well,
maybe.
it's not that. It's just unless you are intentionally nerfing yourself, right? Which sometimes is fun. Let's be honest. Sometimes that's a fun way to play.
Not ever for me. I'm still a bully.
But what is the odds that I almost had that guy killed, so you burnt the
Yeah.
you burnt
One more shot.
Oh, they're coming.
yeah, you're to shrine you kinda have to hide in this little cubby hole. There's zero chance that I'm gonna be able to keep there's Double Reaper. Sweet. But this is Reaper 5, so what's the damage reduction? Like, what, 50% or something?
Oh yeah, mine's way down. I'm feeling like 20 or 30. My shooter.
Your crossbows?
Nice safe shooter. But my sunbow's still doing like 120, 140 damage.
You know, I have to admit that I really enjoy your streams, but sometimes I feel like such an idiot making any kind of comments because everybody else knows so much more than I do.
Well, that's one of the great things, hopefully, that this stream is that everyone should make comments here because, you know, I certainly don't know everything. I can speak to... Why can I... There it is. Like, I couldn't figure out where my stupid, heal button was there for a minute. God. But yeah, everyone should be able to make comments here without the fear of being mocked. You might be told you're wrong or explained why you're incorrect, but you won't get mocked for having an opinion here, even if it is wrong. But you won't just get told that it's wrong for no reason. You'll get like, I'll do my best to explain, and people can go, yeah, that's incorrect or whatever. And about important things, I will not tell you, oh, you're just wrong. God, that's so bad.
That's what I appreciate about you.
That's what I appreciate about me too.
That guy's gotta.
Oh, you son of a beach. I was unable to dick dodge out
Are
of
they
that.
gonna keep spawning? Like, what's happening to your troops? Is nobody gonna respawn?
Well, they're getting wrecked is all.
Yeah, first life with basic gear, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
First life with no gear.
Yeah, a lot of people are just getting wrecked. That's, again, though, how hard this stupid build is carrying.
Damn, this guy has no money on him. I gotta repair that.
Well, money I can help you with. Money, no big deal. Give you plenty of in-game plat if you'd like, my friend. Alright. We should have another couple of trash mobs, and then we should start seeing the... There he is. Alright, so now's your window to shrine if you haven't, and you would like to. Because the other guy's like hiding in the corner, and that's probably going to be the last one before the end fight. Oh no, there's two more.
You're still gonna fight the main guy, right?
Yeah. But the main guy, even though normally he'd be immune to electricity, will probably just die because I'll throw a multi-vial at him and he'll just die. I mean,
So
I
how did you
may have to cast it
choose
6
which
times.
way to go?
Between boys and girls, or
No,
cats and dogs?
octopus things.
That's what people voted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There is one other person that has more votes than V-Love. And that person kind of put things in the lead, and he and V-Love kind of split the votes after that.
So you go as votes?
Almost every time. Not literally every
Right,
time, but
sound
almost every
like-
time.
Mr. Tad.
So, like, next life, we're going to do a build that I want to do, for example. But,
Cool.
Well, I guess we
What is it?
it's going to be what I've been calling the Fey Buckler build.
Hay Buckler?
Fey Buckler. Yeah, it's my Warlock Tank Bard build.
Holy cow. How are you? Okay, never mind.
You
It's
do burst damage and swashbuckle every time. It's really dope.
yeah. There's I'll send you.
They're both charisma based, so I can
Yeah.
kind of understand it.
No, don't hit me. Monkey.
You guys really have a lot to fight. Where's the rest of your crew?
They're up top. They're like Thokar, I think, was healing. Vila was getting wrecked.
Cookies.
Oh yeah, there's a mold over here to get too.
Any more monsters? You finish out or what?
You can just run out the door, but there's a chest over here.
I'm just trying to hide from these monsters that are.
Yeah, just run out the front door where you walked in at. You can click on it and go back to the marketplace or the harbor. Oh, sprint boost.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, stock.
Yeah, so we had some deaths on Reaper 5, but you gotta expect that for learning curve and such. Alright, what time is it? It's almost midnight, and I did levels, so I think...
I got 1,200 Reaper for that. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Wow.
look, actually.
Very nice.
Alright,
I
so
sit around with you guys, except I'd spend all my time dying.
a lot of people do. Alright, I just sent you a private message, Saucy. And what I'll do is I'll throw it up on the screen for everybody else who's kind of interested as well. But I sent a reminder to you. You can look at my samusgrobo.com. It's my bloggity place, and that's where I put the the last version I just did. Plus, there's also a video on my YouTube channel talking about it. Again, though, not the final version. The final version is going to be a half elf. I'm about 80% sure. Yeah, so here's the Fey Buckler breakdown at level 20. So at level 20, it's got 122 PRR and 84 MMR. It's charisma to damage. It's got 33 points in Swashbuckler, 22 points in Enlightened Spirit, 13 points in Stalwart Defender, 4 points in Tainted Scholar, and currently 9 points in Knife Fighter. And then what's going to change is the half-elf tree. You're going to probably spend extra points in the half-elf tree to get the boost to charisma and the extra saving throws for having a paladin dilettante. And that'll basically shore up everything, I think. And you'll get a second intimidate timer. So I think that's basically going to make the build pretty much the ready to go. Like it's already pretty good, but it'll kind of push it, I think, the rest of the way.
You have fire in here, right?
I do have 3 fighter for the Stalwart Defender line.
The other day, same thing. I went into Epics. I did the hand axe line, so I got that 12 to 20 times 7 with I think polarizer, one of those or something.
Yeah, we only have 13 points to spend in the Stalwart tree, and really we only need we need more than 12. Yeah, I think we need 13 points in the Defender tree because we want to get the extra hit points. And we also want to get the extra... I forget whatever these things are. The real things are going to be how much of the Knife Fighter tree we shave out. Because again, we want to get that 100% double strike all the time. So we might lose a little bit of PRR and MMR to instead pick up more saving throws. Because our saving throws are only 34, 38, and 43. So we'll be able to get up to an extra 6, I think, for saving throws out of the half elf tree, and that'll push the saving throws into a really good spot for at least early 20s. And I'll have to see how it is for after that. But yeah, the build is over at text version of the build, samusgrobo.com. The 50-minute review and build is over at youtube.com/samusgrobo.
Oh, I didn't know you were on YouTube on top of everything else. Holy cow.
I'm everywhere everyone wants to be.
Yeah, he's on. He streams on Pornhub.
That's right.
Really?
Yep.
Like I even knew what that was.
www.bigfatties.com. Or sorry, Pornhub/bigfatties.
Yeah, not happening.
Oh man, you're missing
I'm
out.
gonna have you here.
You're missing out.
Really?
You ever
To
seen?
get, like,
No,
all
not really.
Really crazy. And...
Yeah, not really.
Nothing like Sam with a Shetland pony and a couple circus midgets.
I just call that Saturday.
Oh. Kind of the last thing I want to see is a midget.
Ah, love me some little people. All right. That being said, I think this is where we're kind of going to wrap up the stream for the evening. Like I said, I've been fighting bad migraines all week, and today is no different. So I think I'm going to kind of zone out in a pain haze for a little bit and try to sleep.
You get a level first, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. We can go level first. The wife was going to make me a pain pill before she went to bed, and I don't think she remembered.
Alright, Thought Guard's sitting at 18, so when you do 16s, I'll be ready.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, depending on how much work I get done on the bus tomorrow, I'll be on either after the hardcore is done, or yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
8:30 Central.
I'm not gonna make any promises.
Get on the bus, good.
Well, we're trying
I can join you when you hit 17.
Oh, we just did it. Yeah, you can join us for 18 anytime.
Well, I've got a 17. It's a Ranger.
You're welcome to
Paralyzed.
bring it along.
Yeah, I got a whole bulge in that thing. I got 100 point one shot.
I don't know if it's gonna help you or not.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Like I said,
So we'll probably
time done.
boil it back down to our 4s. I just was trying to prove a point that the build was without much effort. And like I said, I didn't even change my gear from level 10, or sorry, level 11, because I technically put on my green steel bracers. But I haven't even really changed my gear since then, and a lot of it's not even like I got a bunch of Barovian stuff on. Chase gear, if you want to call it that, would be my green steel spell point item. I am using a bolt sphere, but that could easily be...
Oh, you're gonna take our cannon of shit?
No. I do not think that upgrading to any of the Sharn sets are correct. I was looking at them, and to do so will involve like a 4-point decrease to your or your DCs, unless you start crafting special gear, which one could do, and then it'll be an upgrade. But unless you're going to craft special gear, which I do not want to take the time investment on. I
What
think
are
you want to stay short.
your DCs?
My multi-vial outside of Reaper is 47, unless I click a boost.
And what is it? Is it like strength, reflex, or will saves?
They're reflex saves.
Pardon me?
They're reflex saves.
Okay.
So then, again, outside of Reaper, multi-vial goes up to 49, and then inside of Reaper you pick up an extra, 3 at this level? 4 at this level?
What's the transmutation?
It's pretty bad. It's 39.
Well, the initiate set from Sharn will give you a +3 on your DCs.
It would give. I looked at it, right? But the problem is, to put that on, you have to take off your +5 conjuration. Oh, sorry. That vial is conjuration, so it's 49 outside of Reaper. But if you take off the Summoner's Spectacles to put on this set, you have to have some other conjuration +5 item, which you can. Only other one that exists is you have to craft it, or get really lucky on loot
That
generation.
could be why I'm okay, because I'm a crafter.
Right, so you have to craft it, and the only place you can craft it besides goggles is on a necklace or an orb. So
Yep.
to get your DCs up, you're subtracting 5 to gain 2, I believe, because you can get +2 to your intelligence and +1 to your saves. So you subtract 5 to gain 2, so you lose 3 DCs to put on this set. If you're not going to craft. If you're going to craft, then obviously it's just you're gaining 1, I believe, to your saves. DCs.
Well, yeah, but it counts for something. I mean,
It does. And I would,
They
again,
keep
if you were going to be
telling
doing
us
it,
we do.
if you were it definitely does. But if you're going to be doing it for like long term, where you're going to do it for several lives in a row, I would suggest crafting it. But I'm not. This will be my last alchemist life for God knows how long, so I'm not going to spend the resources to build a...
You really hate it.
Well, it's not that. It's just, with the subject of like every great once in a while, I'm at subject to other people's whims. Right? Like, I think it's been fun.
Barbarian assassin or something.
Yeah, like I just did a PDK assassin build. Right? Like,
but that's not what you're planning for next build.
correct. I have a plan for the next life, and then after that we'll go back to votes for humans. So, and then the same thing for when, what was it called? Shifter comes out. That'll also probably be, I might force one.
Shifter?
Yeah, like I might pick a build for the shift, like one of the builds for the shifters, and then I'll let everybody else vote.
I'm gonna talk to Shell about that. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's gonna come out with the Feywild expansion. I assume the end of next month. I assume that's when we'll get the pre-order. We may not get it. They want to have it out by Christmas, right? Isn't that what they keep saying? Yeah, Fist Barb, like I said, that might be one of the things that I have to override people to do. I should take Flashbang, because we're going to be going off to kill... No, maybe that... I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't destroy undead like the other spell does. I guess I just take more multi-vials for reasons. I'm not casting any of these. I'm not casting this.
What's that soul shatter poison in you?
It's just another kind of poison. So you put poison on your weapon, and on hit they get -1 will save per stack, up to 5 stacks, and if they crit, they take a d6 wisdom damage. On a Vorpal, you get a stack of vulnerability.
That ice chill looks kind of neat.
Yeah,
Elemental combination is kind of like a multi-vial type thing. It's really beefy.
yeah. Every time I've heard people talk about it, they say it's meh, because you can't control the.
Meh.
It's mad because you need to have high DCs for all the combinations.
Right, they have to have the DCs are not the problem because it's a conjuration spell. It's the elemental types, because you can't control the elemental types. So like I don't hit my C button, but I'll take it, and we'll look at it. Again, I think I should just take another multi-vial, whatever. But like for example, my electric is 356 right now, but my acid, cold, my cold is 300, my acid is 200, my fire is 200. So like it's so much more of a difference in spell power that it's just it's like, oh great, I hit the bad combinations and now my spell does nothing.
Oh, you're right. I meant to say spell powers.
Yeah, spell power.
You can get different spell powers and like augments. And, like,
Yeah, I mean you could raise it up
And
some, but
crafting.
same kind of problem. Or crafting, you know, just gluing stuff into your build is tricky, I think, a lot of the time.
Oh, for sure.
And you're doing it
Like
for
at some point, I want to add meta magic, and empower healing for one spell point lasts. And I gotta find it, and I can't do it because it's an extra. So I can't do it until I'm level 10.
Mm-hmm.
where do I want to put? I don't think I really need that. These things are fine. So what just needs
You
to
got
like
more spells,
go away?
more vials than a druid. Holy cow, man!
It's
What's your summary look like when you're finished?
it eventually.
Holy cow!
I eventually like you get 5 in each thing eventually, but you start out with so little. The thing on it is weird.
Yeah, I know. I've looked it up on Wiki to find out, you know, when it happens, and they don't tell you anything.
No, it's there. Give me a second, and I'll pull it up for you. I think we'll move Spellbomb over here, and then put this cold vial here. Put that down there, and then put this spell here. Gore seems to think it's good. Okay. All right.
Can you turn on power attack and improve power attack together, or just one cancel the other?
They improve power attack augments power attack.
So they kind of stack them?
Well, they don't stack. They're both the same.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
I saw somebody on a stream one day and they had them both activated. I was like, wait, what?
You can, if you drag them both to your bar, it should turn on for both.
Okay. But you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to put them on your bar. Like turning on power attack should turn on improved power attack.
Correct.
Right on.
Okay, so over here where it says alchemist spells is where it tells you how many you have. So, like at level 1 you get 2. At level 3 you pick up 1 more. At level level 3 you get a second level. But you actually have levels here where you get no spells. So like 4 and 5 you get no spells. 7 and 8 you get no spells. I think that's the only window where that happens, or those two places. Yeah. But you know what's like more disappointed than gaining a level and not being able to get another spell when you're a spellcaster? Nothing. That's bullshit. Feels so bad.
Sucks.
Feels so bad, but it's just the way the tree works out. That is, however, the levels where you get the bonus feats, which the bonus feats are really good. So instead of getting a spell, you're getting a bonus feat.
You want to set your bonus feats up so they don't cross into your other feats.
What a place to come in raging over Alchemist. I'm not raging. I'm explaining to Salty about where to find the Alchemist spells on the wiki. She said she tried to look at the Alchemist and couldn't see where the spells were located or whatever. But I have been raging about Alchemist all day. Alright, unfortunately now I'm going to go rage at my brain and scream at it to stop hurting so much, I think.
Okay.
So
Have
let's
a
see,
good one.
Voodoo streaming. I haven't raided Voodoo in ages. So let's actually raid Voodoo.
Alright, I know.
Have a good night.
Peace, Doc.
Take care.
Alchemist is the best class, way better than Wizard. And you're not necessarily incorrect. It has a very broken mechanic that is overly powerful in my opinion. For sure. Okay, everybody, as always, I appreciate you being here. YouTube.com/SamusGrobo if you'd like to subscribe over there. I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and you doing that would be a big help. And of course, if you'd like to help us out financially, the best way to do that is to go to patreon.com/Samus and kick us a buck or two that direction. Yeah, I've just been dealing with the bullshit all day, all week really. So I'm gonna try getting a little bit extra rest, or usual, or 20. Or
I think
20,
it's
that's fair.
advisable, actually.
Yeah, I have so much work to do the next 2 days before we head out on our little mini vacation to test drive the bus. So I got to cram a whole bunch of stuff in the next 2 days, and I just don't have time for everything. So I got to get rested up now. All right, well, like I said, we're gonna raid Voodoo. You guys have a great time. Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning with Remington for some Paper Mario. All right, toodles, y'all.
Take care.